AFLX hits Melbourne tonight, and haven't the boys got around it? Look at Eddie Betts. He's got the beats. McDonald, Tip and Woody. Ellis Yeoman. There are big names involved in this tournament. There's Nate Fife, and they're all embracing what's a whole new outlook to sports presentation. Alex Rance turning up on a skateboard. It's coming.
It's the game's superstar names. On the game's superhero stage. All action.
He couldn't have. He has.
All access.
As good as it gets.
All together for one night only.
Eddie, the unbelievable.
It's extreme. It's exciting.
Dangerfield. Dangerfield.
It's AFLX.
AFLX in Melbourne, we could not have drawn a better night. It's beautiful here in this superb sporting city. The best of the best are getting involved, and speaking of the best, Taylor Walker is going to join us all night. Special comments. Welcome, Tex.
Thanks, Jim. Good to be here.
What are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, the best of the best, as you said. Some exciting footy tonight, starting with Dangerfield, Fife, and one of my good mates, Eddie Betts, Rory Sloan. Looking forward to some high-flying marks, some massive super goals, and it's going to be quick, I think. Very quick, high-intensity game of footy.
This is what we've got coming at us. As you said, the captains are the biggest names of the game. Jack Riewoldt, of course, superstar for the Tigers. Nate Fife. And Eddie Betts is going to control his deadly boys. The Indigenous boys are going to be superb. Paddy Dangerfield as well. They're the games to come. And then we've got the big final. And Tex, that's what I love about this particular incarnation of AFLX, is the best players have got around it.
Yeah, they're looking forward to it, and the clubs have been very responsive to it, so that's great, and allow all the good players to come out and play, and it should be a good night, Jim.
It's a different format and some different rules from last year. To explain them, Abby Holmes is with Luke Darcy.
Thank you, Tex. Thank you, JB. Looking forward to tonight's AFLX. And let's take a look at the rules for tonight. And the forward zone at either end, 15 metres, with the launch zone in the middle. You kick from before or in the launch zone, you score a super goal, which is 10 points. And we're going to encourage the long bombs to the square, Abby. This is fantastic. The big forwards are back. If you take a mark inside the forward 15, it will be a 10-point score. I love that rule. Deliberate rush behind, big penalty for this, 1 point automatically, and then a free set shot at goal. This game is going to move at lightning speed. You can play on automatically from the boundary line. Expect multiple interchanges. Fast players are going to take the game on. If you kick backwards, it's play on, unless you kick it from inside the 15-metre forward zone, and then you can have a shot at goal. Hey, this is exciting, Abby. Tell me all about the Gatorade Game Changer.
Yeah, it is, Darth. Very exciting. Each side is going to have a Gatorade Game Changer come into effect from the 5-minute mark in the second half. They will be wearing a different Guernsey. I've got the Bolts one here. It is the same colour, but you'll definitely be able to identify who the Game Changer is. Big thing to note, any score that they register is doubled. So one player has the opportunity to kick 20 points off his own boot.
Well, I'm interested in who they nominate. Will the captains choose himself? Nat Fife, I think, would like to back himself in. Does Paddy Dangerfield choose himself? We'll see that tonight. Looking forward to everything about AFLX.
Thanks for that. Here they come. And there is some real presence about these groups. And the captains are out there. Love Danger getting involved in this. He's bought into it, Tex, right from the start.
He has, Jim.
Hodgie there as well. The old boy loving that. Sean Higgins, what a superstar he's become for the Kangaroos. And there's the skipper, the pup, Jack Riewoldt. So all four groups make their way out into the middle. And only 8 on the field, Tex, for each team, which is what I love. So it gives these really skilled boys some room to move.
They will, yeah. They'll spin the wheels. I think they'll have high interchange, 8 on the field, 6 off. So there's going to be some higher intensity, exciting footy played here.
So the boys will all get lined up. There'll be an official welcome, of course, but players of the quality of Nate Fife were not seen last year, and the ground's going to be littered with them, so we can't wait for this AFLX. There's the Indigenous boys. What a show they're going to bring. All right, let's get to our MC for the night, Nathan Templeton.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'd like to begin by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land on which we gather this evening. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It is now my pleasure to introduce an Indigenous war dance.
make sure you stick around. AFLX 29-19 style coming your way. We're all set. You do not want to miss it. Real party atmosphere here for the AFLX 2019. The kids are having a ball. It's a nice crowd already in attendance and some excitement building. And this is an innovation that I'm very excited about. You can see the teams assembling in the middle here. There'll be no coin toss, say. Here, JB.
No.
It's all about the rock off. Paddy Dangerfield. I think he might have gone the rock there, Tex Walker, which is my preferred choice, I'll be honest with you, first up.
Well, it's been successful so far, Dar, so I think they're kicking to not sure what end, Coventry, by the looks of things.
That's your right screen, the Coventry end, and a nice bit of theatre to start us off. The rock off is going to be a feature of 2019 AFLX, and here we go, a couple of superstars ready to get us underway.
The tip-off too, we love, and the blitz goes to ground. Look at Danger getting involved in it. Great to see players of that quality. Sean Higgins always clean. Your man, Rory Sloane. And so they start to mix it around. Dylan Shield pumps it long. First score, hits the post.
We know this game flies around. Going to get back into play, and look at the hands it's in now. Four-time premiership superstar. He's done it all in the game, three-time premiership captain. He's decided to go the barrelology and hasn't quite got all of that. Very talented Sean Higgins tracking the footy. The co-captain of the Crows this year, Rory Sloane, and there's your first six-pointer of the night, Rory Sloane. Thank you very much.
Geez, the captaincy's agreeing with him, Tex.
It is certainly a great start by Rampage. Nice goal by Sloaney.
McMillan goes into the middle. Look at the mitts on Danger, but they're going to pay the man in front, I reckon. Lockie Whitfield. I was watching the warm-ups, Duke. Here's Higgins again. And every player that tried a barrel turned it into an absolute mung. I don't know whether these pink balls actually agree with the barrel.
There's some talent assembled out here tonight. Dane Zorko, one of the last four, Bresson Ferris at the Brisbane line. That's a 10-point chance because the mark taken here. Jack Revolt. Oh, he had three grabs of that, Tex. It almost paid, I think, the key forward. And now the running machine still side bottoms away.
Geez, they're coughing it up, though, by foot. Higgins got involved. Got in front of Parker. Whitfield, the talent, and the left foot. He'll have a ping from here, has to. It's a floating sort of sack, but it's going to go through. Oh, they've got it on a string, the Rampage.
They tell me Lockie Whitfield very comfortable in this elite environment, Tex. He's already talking about the international rules. They need to get him involved. He was Jack Revolt's first choice in this game.
Well, back All-Australian last year, very, very talented half-back flanker. He's very hard to match up on playing against GWS.
Oh, the class of Luke Hodge there. A little 9-iron chip just inside. This will be a regulation 6-point opportunity for Luke Parker. And it's just a 10-second window to shoot for goal, and Luke Parker has it mucked around, and the Bolts get their first major.
I'm interested, Tex, in Luke Hodge's game time. The old boy.
Interesting to see
how much time he actually spends on the ground. McMillan, little handball to side bottom, last touch over, and you turn the footy over. There's Hodge, shovels it all the way back. That's what we want, some one-on-one stuff. Danger loves it. Pollock came through. What about Higgins? How much of the ball does he want? Long to Membry, outnumbered here, and the blitz gets back in support.
Look at the athleticism of this man. He's one of the great athletic stories. Could have been an Olympic runner. Has chosen the great game of AFL and won the Best and Ferris again last year. Now an opportunity for Andrew Gaff. Great to see him back out there. A sliding shot has just drifted across goal, and Andrew Gaff, 8-week suspension last year for clocking your nephew, JB.
Yes. And I see in the press that they've all got their acts together, those two, which is good. Higgins long, looking for Membry again. Might have been interfered with. Membry, not going to matter. The snap on goal should be good, and it is. This is what we see with this game. It's just end-to-end, never stops, especially with the talent of these two lineups. And Daniel Rich brings it away.
Luke Parker Just a really consistent start for the Sydney Swans. Jack Billings, young gun. Here's Gaff, who covers an enormous amount of ground on a footy field. That man, Andrew Gaff, Tex.
He certainly does. He just works the wings all the time. He's very, very hard to match up on as well. Looks like he's going to slot this one.
Just down on the premiership with the West Coast Eagles, Andrew Gaff, and that one's just a little narrow. Hey, Tex, you've been enjoying the long bombs already. It's going to be a feature of AFLX this year. They're really trying to get the marking big forwards back into the contest.
It certainly will be. Also in our traditional game, we go 6-6-6 throughout the home and away season and final, so it's going to be exciting for the fans and supporters coming to watch our great game.
This big hawk. Looks like he's fine down over the summer. Chasing the cows around the property. He's going to have a lash at this, the big man. Struck it nicely, just pushed it. What do you think of that regular season rule, the starting positions, Tex? You'd agree with that as a big forward, I reckon?
We certainly do. It creates some one-on-one, so it's going to be exciting.
Shield now, another one-on-one chance. Jack Revolt. What a match-up that is out there. Jack Steele, and now Zach Fisher, the Carlton speedster. He's got some good wheels, Fisher. He burnt them off. And he was very keen to play in this game, Zach Fisher. He was lobbying big time on social media. He said, you've got to get me involved. I can play this game well.
Yeah, terrorised Jack Revolt for a spot. So, in fact, danger for a spot. So he's going to have to deliver. That's the end of it. If he doesn't, then we'll just target him a little, Duke. I think that's how it's going to work. Long ball forward. Speaking of Jack Revolt, perfect position. And he's got hold of that. 10 seconds to get the shot away. I was right the first time in saying he was terrorising that man on screen.
What's his handball?
Handball into the go zone. Higgins, was that a 10-point attempt? If it is, it's there. It is a super goal, so we'll bring it back to the middle. What skill that man on screen has.
He's a class act, Sean Higgins. Great to see him getting a free run at football for the first time. Suffered a lot of injuries early part of his career, and that's just as easy as it comes for a man of that class, Tex.
He was one of the most elite players in our competition last year, Das.
All Australian, I think, second best and fairest for Sean Higgins.
With Sloan taking the tip off. It's Jaden Stevens, you know. See a lot of that. Jack Rewalt, contested marking animal, won the Coleman medal last year, just outside the 10-point zone for Jack. So he was sensing an opportunity to go short, but let's be honest, he had no intention of giving that off Jack at all. He loves the goal as much as anyone, and you really see him miss.
Kicking through the bubbles. See on the screen there, the bubble machine's working overtime. Jack Billings. All sorts of uncontested room out there for Tommy Rockcliffe. Former teammate Jack Ritson. Blitzarv's now got work to do. It goes through for a behind. Eventually. Phil Davis. Man in possession, Tex, of the straightest back in the AFL. Former teammate of yours.
Still got the man bun, Phil. Very, very good defender. Very, very good one-on-one, so this will suit him tonight.
And he's kept Buddy Frankman goalless in a couple of finals, Tex, which has only happened on 3 occasions, and it's a fair record. Andy McGrath sold a little bit, and then they've just been a little inaccurate at the bulk so far. Not a lot of time to breathe. It just gets moving so quickly. The class of Lockie Whitfield. First time All-Australian in 2018. Big Tim Membry. Big power athlete he is too.
Got to release the footy from there. Sloan dives it into the hands of Zorko. They want this long contested marking situation, and if you take one in here, it's worth 10. Nicely done, Jack Revolt, against the undersized Rockcliffe. And I think he's being marched all the way back.
Just a 25-metre penalty on off there, JB. Of course, that doesn't count here, but that's one of the rules on the shorter field.
So 10 points. Just dribbles it through. So they've got to come back to the middle. That's a super goal. Starting to make a bit of a mess of the Bolts here, the Rampage.
Oh, I love seeing this, Tex. The long bomb, one out. It was a bit of a mismatch. Tommy Rockcliffe doesn't want to play full back on Jack Rewalt, let's be honest.
Not too many defenders would like to go one-on-one with Jack Rewalt. Protect his drop zone, and took a very nice contested mark.
$500. You can see there every super goal, so we're up to $1,000 from Macca's.
Straight to Ronald McDonald House. We appreciate that big time, and it is a Rampage, all right. That is a long...
What?
10-point super goal.
no.
Rory Sloane. He's just carving it up out there, your mate Tex.
I might have to hand the captaincy over to him. He can do it all by himself.
It's coming back into the middle, so there's another $500.
I'll tell you one who won't be enjoying this, Paddy Dangerfield, because he's basically put his name to this whole brand AFLX, and his side's getting belted at the moment.
That wasn't actually a 10-pointer either, I don't reckon.
Really?
I reckon he stepped over the line. Let's forget about that, though, and keep the game going. The blitz goes to ground. Just a little slap out of there. That's illegal. And advantage paid. Cripps, thumping handball into the middle. Dylan Shields just a mung inside 50. Look at Odgie. Just controls things off half-back, steel side bottom. The superstar from Collingwood. Waiting for the cavalry to arrive. It does. And that's going to be a 6-pointer. Nicely finished from Jack Steele.
There's your half-time siren and a much-needed goal to the Bolts. Paddy Dangerfield's team languishing here at half-time in the first game of AFLX. It's Rewalt's Rampage 56. It's the Bolts 17.
All right. We get to our first break, but it's comfortable as you can see for that team.
Yes, welcome back. AFLX, Paddy Dangerfield's Bolts struggling a little bit. First half gone. First game here tonight. Rewalt's Rampage out of the blocks. The thing you know, Tex Walker, is there's some competitive animals out there, and even though it's pre-season and there's a bit of fun attached to it, they want to win big time.
The competitive side always comes out, does, so it's good first half, so looking forward to the second one here.
Just have a look at the boots on Phil Davis there before too. They're doing a bit. The tip off. Lands in open territory and handball misses the mark. Look at that beautiful delivery of the ball for Jack Revolt, centre of the ground.
Backwards, play on,
Space made, but the backwards kick is immediately play on. Marking contest, top of the square. Zorko takes it, kicks the goal. That's worth 10.
You've got to love the barrel coming back into our game. Any way we can encourage that. I've seen you kick the cover off them. Jared Polak, one-step kick, Tex. He's nailed that.
Just made his move to North Melbourne. Jim, one of your boys, absolutely kicked the skin off that footy.
Bailey Fritsch just out-muscled there in the tip-off. Mark Blitzarp said, get out of my zone. Danger's had enough of getting smacked, and he's picked it up and able to get it online. The thing you know, we've got the Gatorade Game Changer coming up the last 5 minutes of this half, and it's double points, so 20 points on offer. So it might look like a big margin, but still within reach.
Yep, that can be swallowed up very quickly. Jack Billings, side bottom wide open. What about the skill of this man? Does he find his teammate or does he kick the goal? It's the latter. 6 points. Jaden Stevenson had made some space, but wonderful career. Still side bottoms had.
Here's the class of Lockie Whitfield, All-Australian last year. Paddy Cripps, I stood next to him on the ground. What a supreme-looking athlete that man is. This is a long bomb that they're favouring into the forward zone, but Daniel Rich good enough to get back. Very sought after Daniel Rich in the draft period of AFLX with that 60-metre left foot bomb. We know the last touch outside, Jim, is automatically back to the opposition.
So it'll be Whitfield to bring it in. Goes in search of Revolt, and that'll be a last touch going Daniel Rich's way, I suspect.
I'll go through. You punch it out, Jack. I'm in the middle.
Daniel.
Even though it's an AFLX game, Jack's still not happy. It's like he spent some time in the strong room too, Daniel Rich.
Parker to Jamie McMillan, the Kangaroo star. Still side bottom, just looks to be cruising around out there. He's got so much time. It's a big long launch from Luke Parker, and they just can't get it online. He's got a bit of a wry smile on his face, Luke Parker, but They're getting it handed to him at the moment, although well read. That's McMillan coming through, picked up Stevenson. What a first season that young man had for the Magpies. Played 26 games, played the grand final, won the Rising Star, and now a bit of a chance for the Bolts.
Well, and that's turned over inside the forward half, so does that mean that he can launch at the big 10-pointer? Doesn't matter. Beautiful delivery to Stevenson. This is worth 10. Not sure he realises that. He's got 10 seconds to kick the ball. Doesn't matter, he slots it. Super goal for the Bolts.
Just a regulation, Jim. It's got to come from the launch zone or behind to register a 10-point super goal. So just the regulation 6 there on offer.
Thought he was ripped off.
Side bottom. Now the Bolts are starting to get a little bit of momentum up here. Stevenson, he's all class. Dangerfield has just planted himself at full forward, Tex.
Oh, he led pretty hard at that one. He'd usually have a shot at those,
Danger!
He's taken on the man on the mark, and Jack Riewoldt knew it was on. Let's have a listen in.
He's sucking the air in, Danger.
We've got Danger mic'd up tonight, so we can get down and get some live audio, but that was always on.
Pollock turns the footy over. Hodge goes back and gets it. Slides in on top. Billings might have been taken high. No free for him. Rare contact in this game. Sloan goes and finds it. Back to Pollock. Nice little bit of candy sold, and then Easton Wood can have a go from there. If that bounces through, I reckon he's inside the zone. It doesn't.
Still side bottom. Even in this format, he covers as much ground as anyone in the game. He makes it look easy at times. Big Steelo. Rusty he goes with on his back tonight. Rusty Steele.
Looks like Sean Higgins may be the Gatorade game changer for Riewoldt's Rampage, and Tommy Hawkins for the Bolts.
Big Hawk.
So double points on offer when the game changer comes on at some stage. We'll get a look at that, Jaden Stevenson. Okay.
All right, here we go.
So the umpire sensed an opportunity for a little break in play. And Tex, so we got, there he is. The Blues quite becoming for Big Tom.
It is.
There's Shawnee Higgins.
What do you reckon they'll be doing with Tommy Hawkins, Das?
Oh, it's just a long bomb to the square, Tex. Clear it out. Back in the big man. He can kick a 20-point goal. Stevenson's decided. Look at that for a barrel.
No.
He has absolutely kicked the cover off it. Just offline.
So the game changer interests us. Long ball. Lots of blue jumpers around this. Gaff, one of them, controlled that pretty well. Let's get down to you, Abby Holmes.
Yeah, guys, I am with Rampage skipper Jack Riewoldt. Jack, hot footy early, exactly what we expected. What's been your game plan coming into tonight?
Well, rule number 1 is have fun. Rule number 2 is as fast as humanly possible. And after that, we're just going to try and get to Shawnee Higgins now. He's their game changer. So big job for Phil Davis on Hawkins, who they've gone with their first-round draft pick. So I'm backing Shawnee in.
I would be too. And what do you think about the pace of the game?
It's quick. It's quick, so hopefully they're 7.5-minute quarters now.
We'll better get you back out there, hey?
Just having a nice little patch here, the Bolts. If they can get a long one to the big man, he's only got to beat Rory Sloan in the air. The cavalry arrives, but this will be a goal to Andy Gaff.
So they are right back in the contest all of a sudden. That's one straight game changer, 10-pointer, which will be doubled away from taking the lead. So I like this innovation. Easton Wood, quality athlete himself, Easton Wood. Perfect for any format. Bailey Fritsch was a late inclusion into his side, and they're just starting to get a little more serious out here, Tex, at the moment.
The juices are starting to flow now, Das.
Oh, Higgins, here he is, a game changer. Double points on offer for this, and you know he's going to back himself in from here, Tex.
So, he's played on, gone for the 20 points here.
He just.
And gone the barrel to the goal square. Membry down there. Higgins has eyed off 20, and that might have been your game right there, Sean Higgins.
Quick release. Hodge to Gaff, and he'll get it back. And that's going to be wide and out.
He's had a stack of it, Hodge.
There's Danger talking to Steve Hockey. Of course, Steve Hocking, former head of footy down at Geelong, so they would have crossed over, I reckon. Sean Higgins, they got to get the ball to. Here he is, the game changer. This is worth 20. Goes for a running barrel. Gets every bit of it, but misses.
And you can see what Sean Higgins is planning. He's just hanging around that launch zone, Tex. He's got barrel in mind. He's going to try his heart out for a 20-pointer. Can the Bolts get one the other way? Now Andrew Gaff just pops this one down the line. Hawkins from behind. Phil Davis, that's a good matchup one-on-one. That the big Hawk. This is double points, game changer. The big Tomahawk, and he's missed.
We need more impact from these game changers. Whitfield, you can just walk onto the ground and start the match. You don't have to kick it to yourself. Oh, there's a big slam from Jackie Boy. Now, does he have a ping from there, Tex, or does he look to the game changer?
Oh, I reckon he's looking for Higgins. No, he hasn't. He's gone to talk.
Hasn't he just?
Oh, look at that. Jack Rewalt featured heavily in the Mark of the Year last year. Now Daniel Rich.
Oh, hello.
Now the big Tomahawk. Chance for 20, and Phil Davis, he might have just snuck over the mark there. I reckon Phil Davis. Chance for Rockcliffe. The Bolts need a pretty quick goal here. They need to get it in Tom Hawkins' hands. Rewalt back doing a bit of defending.
Higgins on the burst. If they can get to him, Pollock will attempt that. Exchanging the handballs. He's open there and ignored. But this is, if this goes through, it's worth 10. He misses.
They're within a kick, the boys. Rewalt's Rampage. No, the Bolts. Within a kick.
It was, so. And this is where you can launch. Jack Steele inside the 10 zone, but overkicked it and missed the lot.
Even 20-point margin. And not a heap of time left in this first game. AFLX 2019 has been an entertaining start to it. Rewalt's Rampage now just holding on to the footy a little bit, so I understand the players have had a WhatsApp group created. They've been sharing tactics. There's no coaches as such. It's been all about the players, and from what we understand, they've dialed right into this concept. They've loved the last couple of days. And Jack Rewalt's team are in the box seat here in the first game. Can they get one to Hawkins? He needs a 20-pointer.
Yep.
He's in the zone for 10. Rich goes short, almost intercepted. Tom Hawkins can't believe it. He said, that was for me. I would have gone back and kicked it. Andrew Gaff, get out the way, Tex.
And it would have put him in front too. It would have been for 20 points.
So Gaff's barrel comes up short, and Jack Rewalt's team wins the first contest.
A good start for the Rampage. We're going to go to a break. Eddie Betts and Team Deadly are up next. As we head to that break, Ed tells us how home is where the passion for footy really starts.
My first memory of playing footy was at home back in Western Australia. We used to play at the back of their house, just footy, marks up, because there was a lot of us kids running around. 6 years ago, we moved across here to Adelaide. It's a pretty hectic household, but you know, it's a fantastic house to live in. There's a lot of space, and we've got soccer nets outside. I've got a basketball ring. More often we will do just play footy. A lot of rooms that we can go play hide and seek chasey and have fun in. Home means a lot. It's a very comfortable, safe, family-orientated space where I make my home, keep my door open to all our Indigenous guys on our footy list at the moment. They come around here, kick the footies with the kids. So home means everything to me.
Yes, Jack Rewalt's Rampage, a little too good for Paddy Dangerfield's Bolts. Game one. It's one night only of AFLX. The grand final will be the final game tonight. And look at Jack Rewalt. He would have loved every bit of that. His team were just a little too strong game one.
And now the Deadly are out there to take on the Bolts. We'll get a bit of rock, paper, scissors action going. If ever a game is set up for the Indigenous superstars of our game, it's this one. Here we go. Yeah. Can't wait to see that group of players take to this format. And Danger's mob need to lift, let's be honest. Lowered their colours in the first match to Jack Rewalt's Rampage.
Who are you playing for, TK? We'll do TK's rap. We'll do TK's rap. We're going to do TK's rap, but I'll get it.
He's trying to manufacture a deal out there, I think, Paddy.
I think he is.
I don't think the Deadly crew will be having any part of that.
Bradley Hill bodying him up. There's Tim Kelly. So teammates. Here we go.
Blitzarves, he's a good option in the tip-off, the big blitz. The strength and size of him, and that was TK who Danger was talking about earlier. And you love the chemistry of the Indigenous boys. They love playing together, and have a look at that. It's just so good. Bradley Hill, the #1 pick in AFLX, and there's a little look at why.
We might see some sizzle too, I think, from the Deadly boys. Some nice celebrating. 20 metres you can run without bouncing the ball in this game, so it gives the likes of side bottom plenty of room to move. That's gone backwards, so McMillan's got to play on.
Reliably told the Deadly boys have been practicing some celebrations in the last 48 hours.
We might have to rely on text to give us some insight into what they are, because we wouldn't have a clue. Stevenson in space.
Would have been led by their captain, Eddie Betts. Loves a celebration.
Love this boy, Stevenson. What a surprise. Well, I say surprise package. Very high draft pick, so it wasn't a surprise, but a great first season.
He's just taken to the game at the highest level, as well as we've seen in many a year. Jaden Stevenson, that was a classy finish. Now chance blitz arms. Jib and Woody. And side bottom. They might have been stung a little bit, the bolt, from their first up effort. Now the long one there. Danger's called for it. He's got a one-on-one chance. Wilson, the defender, back there through the hands of Danger. And he couldn't keep it in.
There's no doubt he's been stung, Duke, the Danger. And lowered his colours. First up. Premiership winning Jetta of the Lewis variety. Beautiful skill. Look at that magnificent touch kick to Hill, who kicked the first goal, and he's eyeing off this one. Brought it back far enough? No.
This is Jamie McMillan, who's become a very, very good player for the Kangaroos. And that is the option. Straight up the middle of the ground. Tom Hawkins just trying to inject himself in this second game. The class of Jack Billings, a high draft pick for the Saints. Gaff and now Blitzarves. He's from the launch zone, and defending is Nate Wilson, who's a class act back there.
Be brought in by the Danger, though. Last touch. Look at the kids, how good. The bean bags. Where does Danger go here? He's got Gaff wide open. Gets to him. 10 seconds to release this footy. On the right side for a left footer. Should run around and kick the banana. He does.
Geez, it's good to see Gaff back playing footy. Elite player of our competition.
Play on.
Very difficult time for him all round, and of course for the Brayshaw family too. But you're right, Tex, it is great to see him back out there. He's paid his due well and truly for that, and nice to see him selected. Now having a look at, this is Jade Gresham. Classy player. Small forward for the Saints. Eddie, he's tracking it. You just get nervous if you're a defender anywhere near Eddie Betts. Blitzarves played it beautifully in the end, and the Bolt have maybe learned a bit from game one. They're just taking their time a little more. Skipper Dangerfield taking a bit of heat out of it at the moment.
Blitzarves long, looking for Hawkins. Why wouldn't you? A bit of front-on contact for the big man. Nice agility. Releases the handball. Comes back to Hawk. He gets closed right down. And the Deadly can work it out a half-back. Travi Varco. Powell Pepper can have a ping, and that's a goal. Well done.
Yeah, one of the great parts of our game is Tex is seeing the Indigenous boys, the great connection they have, and we've seen the Indigenous All-Stars play before, and they have just something extraordinary. I get the feeling there's a little bit of that going on out there tonight already.
Good luck trying to beat them. The connection already is first class.
Still side bottom from Dangerfield. What about that for a combination? Just class, skill.
Hodgie.
So Hodge, if you don't mind, he's got it back. The launch zone, and sensing a chance for a super goal. McMillan shepherded through. They get the right bounce. No. Luke Parker was the man trying to shepherd it through.
Shawnee Burgoyne picks out Powell Pepper. That's touched, but turned over. Billings has got to be clean. Handball back to Hodge, now Gaff. And Daniel Rich brings a nice flavour to this particular outing.
He does indeed.
He's marked that inside the zone, so that's not for 10, but if it's marked, it'll be good. Free kick paid. Luke Parker, a hold.
So is that 10 points?
Yeah, it's a super goal, Tex. Absolutely. Make no mistake about that, Luke Parker. He launched it from that zone, and Luke Parker knows all about it, so they very much need a 10-point super goal. There's Paddy.
Give us something, Steve-O! Steve-O will never ruck again if he doesn't.
How casual when he gets the ball, he's just marks and he's like, oh yeah,
I'm worried about this.
Steve-O,
Just giving young Jaden Stevenson a little hurry up, the young man. Said, you'll never do this again unless you win. He's up against Cam Ellis-Yeoman, and
oh, no.
That's it for you, young Jaden.
Cue in the rack. Jack Martin. He's got a nice full trick bag too, Jack, although that's not his best. McGrath able to bring it back in. Speaking of brilliant young players, that's a spilt ball. And now danger. Almost a scissor kick out of the air, Rioli. And that is magnificently manufactured to Jade Gresham.
What about Willie Rioli there? Let's get down to Abby.
Well, Michael Long very eagerly watching on from the deadly bench. But Michael, you spent a number of days with the Indigenous boys at the AFL All-Star Camp. How was it and what did they get up to?
Yeah, well, it's obviously a camp they have every 2 years. Obviously, you know, the AFLPA and the AFL looking at life after footy and the programs, and obviously some cultural bonding over there with Daniel Motlop, who served some of the traditional food. So it was a good few days, and no doubt they got a lot out of it.
Well, I've been lucky enough to live in Darwin. I've worked out of the Michael Long Learning and Leadership Centre and seen firsthand the incredible work that you do with our community. Tell us a little bit more about the Michael Long Foundation, because I understand you've had some pretty big wins in that space recently.
Yeah, obviously we've just officially launched obviously the website and the foundation. Look, it's pretty important, you know, we know how important footy is in the territory. It's based around education, so it's really something we can go away and see and hopefully bring on some real corporate sponsors on board so we can deliver a lot of the programs to the kids. So it's you know, it's an exciting time, and I think the centre, we have about 800 kids already been through the centre already. Sport's growing enormously, the footy and the women's footy.
Well, thank you for everything that you do. Michael Long, also a finalist in the Australian of the Year, JB.
Thank you.
Brilliant, Abby, and Michael Long, what a star on and off. As the Deadly just starting to get hold of this. Gresham now can have a look. Missing. So a tight game, which is good. Luke Hodge, we've seen a couple of nice barrels come out of his left foot so far. Just checks that one to McGrath. Not much for him to go to, so he looks to memory. In fact, it's Parker. Now Steele. The big hawk. That big chest just approaching the pink pill.
Presented at it beautifully. That man on screen there, Tom Hawkins, and the little short one is on, and they've got their act together. Tommy Rockcliffe has slotted that home. I think he has. So the Bolts are now getting a bit of rhythm going. Bradley Hill glide across the turf, and the Deadly McDonald Tipperwoody. He just looks at the man on the mark, and you know he's thinking about taking it on back to Wilson. I reckon the roof closed. That might have gone close to tapping it.
Going to bounce out the back for Eddie Betts. No man gets in these positions better. Oh, no. He couldn't get boot to ball, Eddie. It wouldn't set up for him.
Looks like he's had a fresh rinse through the hair too, JB.
Your man?
Loves a fresh rinse.
Surely there's no grey in there, Tex.
Well, there's a lot. He's got 4 kids now.
The Hawk has a lumbering shot at him and misses.
Feeling working a bit harder out there than you think. It's just end-to-end. They're covering plenty of ground as Jared Harbrow, the best and fairest of the Gold Coast Suns. Bradley Hill got wrapped up, and a little bit of physicality coming into it. Paddy Dangerfield's Bolts have responded nicely. Disappointing first game. Now, this is a 10-point opportunity. If the mark was taken, it's been dropped. Daniel Rich.
Oh, well done.
It's a class effort, wasn't it, Jetta? And he looks up and McDonald tipping. What do you take? What about that for a pickup?
Jeez.
Gee whiz.
Now this is launching zone here. Jetta's followed on but missed it. Tell you what, Duke, I reckon, having done last year's AFLX, that the one play they've added to the ground has closed down significant space. Nowhere near as big as we saw last year for these players to get around. All right, the Bolts take a nice, handy lead into the break.
When I see your light shine, I know.
Who's older? Who? Luke. Luke or Eddie? Hodgie's coming, that's you.
They'd both be 40s.
He's enjoying his night out there, Danger. They got rolled in game 1 by Rewalt's Rampage, but it is Paddy Dangerfield's Bolts who find themselves in front half-time game 2 over the Indigenous superstars from the Deadly. 9-point half-time lead they enjoy. We know that isn't a lot of comfort in this format.
A game changer, not used enough in that first game. I reckon the teams will quickly realise that that'll be a weapon.
Wings good.
Cam Ellis-Yeoman, teammate of yours out there, Tex. He's a powerful-looking operator.
Had an absolute cracking pre-season. I reckon you'll see a fair bit of him this year.
Jumped over the blitz there too, which takes some doing. Blitzarves, though, recovers well. Looking for running support, gets it from Stevenson. Now can Hodgie do something from here? Attempted barrel, just an end-on-end mung. Very tough to handle for Wilson, who ended up doing it pretty well. And Bradley Hill, what a beautiful mover he is. Inboard to Burgoyne. Speaking of people that move well, now Powell Pepper can launch. The Torp ain't going to get there. Stevenson in front of Eddie Betts did pretty well.
See him in defence a lot, Jaden Stevenson. He managed 38 goals in his debut year. Played all 26. I get the feeling that man can play any position on the ground with ease. Incredibly talented young man. Now a long launch. Danger. Second attempt. Oh, nice little handball to Gaff, who's been prominent. And that will be another major to the Bolts. Andrew Gaff has found a heap of the footy.
Quick release to Burgoyne. And then the running machine. Bradley Hill. Long target, marking needed. Eddie Betts in shape. Gets closed down by the veteran Hodge. Oh, Eddie. Oh, he's got a hold of him. Umpy, please. Doesn't matter, the disco dancing of Eddie Betts. But Blitzarves gets back. Oh, no.
He was not going to let him run past him, Hodgie, under any circumstance at all. He's still not letting him up.
He's sat on him.
He has. This is Ellis-Yeoman. Adelaide Crow teammate of our mate up here, Tex Walker, and the Deadly just starting to get a bit of rhythm. Willie Rioli, premiership player. What about this, JB? If you draft a Rioli, every club that has won a flag within 3 years.
Yep. Just go and find one and get him on your list.
Get hold of Rioli.
Yep.
Here's the tactic. This is a 10-point opportunity. Eddie Betts, but Blitzarves back there. And they're well organised now, the Bolts.
Took them a game to get organised, but they are now. Long bomb to the Danger. One out, he's real dangerous. That's better. He had Silk for company, and that's not really Sean Burgoyne's go.
Absolute defender's nightmare when Dangerfield goes forward.
10 seconds. Must kick it, and he has. Starting to move away, the Bolts.
Jared Harbrow. Short, this is Jake Gresham. Little champ from the St Kilda Footy Club. Good to see him out there. 10-point chance. Bradley Hill. And a little wayward.
Of course, we need to just touch on the fact that you boys were filthy when Danger left. Have you built that bridge back, Tex, or is there still some icy stuff flowing?
I'm still waiting for the invite to go on his fishing boat.
Right.
Well, one of 4 or 5 that he's got at the moment.
Jack Billings. A little fumble. Hodge never fumbles, but he walks into Rioli. Now Gaff's got work to do. The look-away handball. Rioli gets back involved.
Play on backwards. Play on.
Ellis-Yeoman. Now Jared Harbrow. Got to start impacting the scoreboard here. Travi Varco out in front. 10 seconds to kick the goal, or he can go back to Bradley Hill, the launch zone. Wilson. Waller. chewing up valuable time here, getting this shot on goal. Wilson off a step. He struck that nicely. Just missing. Abby, down to you.
Guys, there's plenty happening off the field as well. I'm in the designated fan area. We've got balloon artists, we've got face painting. It is all going on. Justin, the kids are loving it, aren't they?
They are. They're having a great time down here, getting some balloons, seeing all the action.
Is there a certain team that you're following out there tonight?
Oh, the Indigenous boys for sure, 100%.
They're pretty special. It's all happening down here, guys.
Thank you, Abby. Really good vibe here tonight. Healthy crowd. And they're enjoying the entertainment. These are some of the best players in the game, some of the best players we've seen in decades out here on display tonight. And they have really taken to this concept. Here's Andrew Gaff.
So not far away from the game changer.
Looks like they're going to go with Tomahawk again, Jim.
Righto.
And Jetta from the Deadlies.
Play on. He's a torpedo specialist, Lewis Jetta.
Luke Parker has a long-range go at it. Harbrow manages to get the better of danger. Kick now to Bradley Hill in the launch zone. Need to hit the scoreboard through Gresham. He misses.
So here it is now, the game changer enters the arena, and as Tex told you, very fit looking Tom Hawkins. They couldn't quite get enough access to Tom Hawkins when he was a game changer in game one, but have you seen this man kick a barrel before, Lewis Jetta, Tex?
Oh, he's elite on his right foot and can absolutely thump the ball. It'll be interesting to see who goes to Tomahawk, because they don't really have a tall defender, the Deadlies.
Well, good call, Tex, because that's exactly what's happened here. Tommy Hawkins has made the most of it. Eddie Betts is down there, old teammate, Tex.
He is, yeah. Where is he?
On the headset, I think we got you, Ed.
You there, Ed?
I'm there, Taylor. How are you?
Good, mate. Looks like you got a bit of a fresh rinse. Is it true?
Yeah, it is true.
True. And he took the boys down to MJ Bale yesterday. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was fantastic. You know, I organised the boys to get a free suit. I think Matty Stokes is my team manager, and he wanted to come and try and get one as well.
Who organised that, you?
Yeah, got the boys.
That's why you're the Mayor of South Australia, mate.
No, coming from yourself, Taylor.
What's the ball feel like out there? Looks like it's pretty slippery.
No, it's not. We're just not using it to our advantage, to be honest.
Hey, Eddie, tell us about Lewis Jetta as the game changer. What's the plan with that one?
We just got to get in his hands, because he's a super kick and he can kick a long ball. So we're going to try and get it to him and try and get 20 points.
You enjoying it all, Ed? Is it what you expected?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty quick out there. We're pretty small, so we're going to have to put some pressure on these taller guys. Big Tomahawk, here he comes.
Hey, Eddie.
All right, I got to go, boys. I'm going to try and get on.
Good on you, mate. Eddie Betts good enough to whack the headset. He said, I've had enough. Get me out there.
That's it. Got to impact this thing. Wilson. There he is. He just can run inside Lewis and get a piece, or the handball misses Bradley Hill. You've got to have a bit of selfishness about you for me if you're the game changer, Tex. Just make it all about you.
I certainly would be if I was out there, Jim.
Yeah. Here is the game changer.
Oh, come on, Tomahawk.
Big Tomahawk. So double points on offer. And this is significant with just under 3 minutes remaining in this game. He has to look at the clock, Big Tex. He's only got 4 seconds to go. He's going to be called play on.
Have a look how fit he looks. He's dropped a couple of kgs.
He's a ball of muscle, the Tomahawk. That was a 12-point opportunity. He hasn't registered at all. And now Pal Pepper to Willie Rioli. Going to take him on, Willie.
Yeah, where's Jetta? Got to get the ball into his hands. Back to Pal Pepper. And he's just going to have a lash from long range. Blitzar's back there with all the time in the world. Spends a lot of time, the Hawk, these days on the farm. I think it's sort of Winchelsea, isn't it? That way somewhere. Got the cattle, the Black Angus. This is Stevenson lurking out the back and takes a mark.
Here he goes again.
And just finds it.
Come on, Tomahawk.
What can he do? The game changer. He's kicked it. It's worth 12.
No, he's missed, JB. He's missed.
Hawk.
So that was a backwards kick. It's got to come from inside the forward 15 to count. They are all over trying to hit up the game changer, Tom Hawkins. Now Jetta, this is 20 points. I reckon it's 20. Lewis Jetta, has he got it? No. Just got the toe behind the line, and that would have been enough to put them in front.
Yeah. McMillan Trying to just take some time out of the game, then gets pressured. Turnover. Biting off a hell of a lot more than he can chew. J-Mac, what about the round the body? It's the post. It's Willie Rioli. Vigona Rioli he's got on the back, and that will be in part to the great Benny Vigona, who played with Maurice Rioli at South Fremantle in Perth, and those two lit up the waffle for about 10 years. That might be a free two to that man.
Well, they certainly just have to get this one in the hands of Lewis Jetta, the game changer. Let's see if the Bolts are aware of it, because it's a 20-pointer they need desperately, and you can see Mark Blitzarves all over it. He's just started tagging the game changer there for a minute.
Hodge and Dangerfield just yelling out to Blitzarves to stay right next to Jetta. That's getting competitive out there, Darcy.
A bit of leadership stepping up, Tech suddenly on the boundary line. Look at Hodge, he's got danger.
Get out the way.
Step aside here. I've got this under control. The Deadly for a 6-pointer. It mightn't be enough. Hang on, have I missed something there?
I don't see how that could have been. It was marked outside the area, wasn't it? I think Danger's saying the same thing. Anyway, we're back into the middle. So now it's tightened up. If they can get Lewis Jetta on the end of it.
20 seconds.
Work down cleverly from Blitzarves to steal side bottom, and they've got the ball at the right end. Now, Jetta's got to get open. Long inside 50 ball, mark taken. Jack Martin got to get it to Jetta somehow. Any score from him is doubled. There it goes, didn't get the time.
Well, this is for a draw, JB. And it will stand as a draw. It'll just go onto the overall tally.
No, misses the lot. So they squeak by the Bolts. Just good game.
Yeah, Paddy Dangerfield will be a little happier after that performance, and the Indigenous stars from the Deadly have got a bit of thinking to do. Abby Holmes is out there wandering around. She's chasing down some of the stars. Let's get down to you, Abby.
Big tomahawk, the game changer for your second game. They must put some pretty big, I guess, confidence in you to get the double score.
Oh, absolutely no, and I really feel like I might have let the team down. Jaden Stevenson was unbelievable for us tonight, so we've still got one game to go, but hey, it's a lot of fun out there. I hope it comes across that way on the TV screens and for these guys out here, because as you can see, if you look around, you know, we're having a great time.
47 best and fairest, 44 All-Australians. Wow. Throw in a couple of Brownlow medalists. It's some pretty good company, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I said it yesterday too. I don't know many of the guys, but it's just awesome to be able to play with a guy like Luke Hodge. Played against him a lot. We've had a great rivalry between Geelong and Hawthorn when he was there, so it's really nice and special as a player.
Well, good luck for the rest of the games.
Cheers.
Good job.
The players have absolutely loved this concept. They've been sensational. Paddy Dangerfield's Bolts get a win. We've had a win to Rewalt's Rampage. Up next, you'll get a look at Nat 5's Flyers, AFLX 2019.
Our Aussies have taken the world by storm, but they're just getting started. The World Cup winners and women's Big Bash heroes are back, and the Trans-Tasman rivalry is heating up. The three-match one-day series against New Zealand continues this Sunday from Adelaide. And you'll see it all live and free on 7 Mates.
All right, let's go, boys. Which way you going? Which way?
Rock, paper, scissors goes the way of the Deadly. We get our first look at the Flyers. I like this squad, Tex. On paper, they're as good as any in this comp.
They might be the ones to watch, Jim. It'll be interesting to see whether they can keep up with the Deadlies here.
Jackie Higgins. We're going to have some mic work from him too. Joey Kennedy, what a superstar. Aliir to look after the tip-off. What about Ellis Yeoman?
What about the haircut on Aliir? I love it.
How good. Ellis Yeoman's been good in this situation. Aliir goes and finds it. Canelio. Bontempelli, speaking of superstars. What about the left foot launch? All the way, hits the post.
They tell me Nat Fyfe put an enormous amount of strategy into his selections. He came armed with data. He came armed with a very specific game plan. And oh no, Shawnee Burgoyne, they've never seen him do that ever. Absolute shame. Here's the Bont on the non-preferred, and Isaac Heaney, who took the mark of the year in 2018. What a class act. So I wouldn't imagine this would be too difficult. And the Flyers are away. Nat Fyfe's team
off to a flyer. And the turnover straight to the Bont. Just made for this game, Bontempelli. All sorts of room for him to strut his stuff. He's pulled that away to the right. Takes everything pretty seriously, Nat Fyfe, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's not like your relaxed sort of unit.
Even got the armband on tonight, Jim. Nat Fyfe.
Well, yeah, takes a nice mark. Wants someone to come at him. Not much on offer. He's controlling things early.
It's Canelio now to Scotty Pendlebury. And the one-step barrel from Pendle. Just about there for 10. And a clever little front and centre. Jackie Higgins, the man who kicked the goal of the year. We have mic'd him up, but we decided to put a little delay on Jack because he's quite colourful, that young man. But
yep, can get a bit verbally loose.
He can.
Contested ball, won by Kennedy. There's a surprise. Handball misses. And Burgoyne. Ellis Shulman outside of the boot. What a clever kick that is, yeah. 2-on-1. Powell Pepper did brilliantly. Gresham thumping handball. Rioli gets on the end of it.
So Leo will get this move, Willie Rioli, with a nice little celebration. Joey Kennedy, just an out-and-out consistent champion. That man's been for the Swans. Here's Jack Higgins. He'll love being amongst the elite of the game, Jack Higgins. I think his capacity to be one of the elite players in the game is without question, and he'll enjoy this environment. Your old mate here, Rory Laird.
Looks like a little Teletubby out on the ground, does. Oh, no, Rory Laird.
Jeez. The purple's not his colour, Tex.
I don't think it is. Should have seen what he rocked up in too, Darsh. You see the pink.
There's a bit of rock star about him, wasn't there?
Tim Kelly, long ball, but misses the target. Hunter gets closed down. Tip and Woody will have the release.
I dare say Tim and Woody would practice these after every main session. Oh no, he's gone backwards.
And he's coughed it up too. Straight into the hands of Hurley. And then Higgins. Martin with room to move on Heaney. And Wilson will just slide it over the top. Varco's hands were quick. Hill wants someone coming at him, and Tip and Woody's found some nice space. So the Deadly, 10 seconds to get his shot away. Waller, what a great story he is. Playing Ammos not too long ago. And now a star for the Bombers. Look at that, beautiful, right through the middle.
Just missed the one game in his 3-year career so far, Donald Tip and Woody. He'll pick up his spoon for the Bombers.
Colt figure too, Duke. They love
sure
him.
is. Love watching him play. That was a big bomb from Cal Ward.
Cement head.
Yep. Got married a few weeks ago in the off-season. And Eddie Betts, who, let's be honest, Tex, hasn't found a lot, your man, so far tonight of the footy.
Geez, he has squared it up.
Going back to Jetta. Casual little chip to the goal square, and Rory Laird, he couldn't have had a better season last year. Won your best and fairest, Tex.
Won it very easily, Lairdy.
Little stumpy Laird. Alex Rance has drifted forward. Handball over the top to Nat Fyfe, and that's as easy as you like. Up into the second tier.
Are we thinking fashion statement, the elbow guard? Is that...
I think he had a bit of a sore elbow coming in, Dar, so it might be a bit of protection slash... what is it?
It's a real NBA style look, that, isn't it?
Out in the full. Don't see that too often in this company. So Cal Ward ends up with it. Old teammate of yours, Das, did you cross over, or was...
He was after me, wore the number 14 Jim, which I left behind for him.
Oh, Alex Rance just drifts across. Just sneaking forward, the game's best defender. How's he going to go with this bit?
Not a known goal. Kick it, Jim.
Righto.
I'll back him in.
The beard rolling too, Rancy. Arrived on a skateboard, if you don't mind. Set shot's good. They got a good look about him, the Flyers, Duke.
Yeah, they're a slick, well-selected team, the Flyers, and we go back after it's been paid a super goal too, so
must have been kicked from inside the zone.
Yeah, okay. It's a talent. Look at that on the bench. Pendlebury, Heaney, Bontempelli, the superstar youngster Jack Higgins and Joey Kennedy just waiting to come on. Imagine having that at your disposal. Aaliyah. The hard unit, Cal Ward, and this is a polished outfit, the Flyers. They are looking very powerful. Rancy's put himself in the goal square. Wilson shepherded away. Some hard work there from Powell Pepper. Gresham wants to get it forward. The deadly Eddie Betts. Front and centre Rioli. He's got some run from behind Bradley Hill, and Bradley a better class there from the Indigenous Deadly.
The old 1-2 from Rory Laird.
Yeah, Travis Boak. He'll get it back. Stumpy Laird, the actual Stumpy Laird, was in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. Brucey Laird, the former magnificent opening batsman for Australia. As Wilson brings it away and then has to handball backwards. Gresham with the running barrel. So dangerous here. Bradley Hill slaps it into the path of Eddie Betts, Texas man. Not sure that's correct disposal. Doesn't matter. Off the ground, Hill, and it goes across the face.
So the Flyers, Nat Fyfe's team, looking very, very sharp. Almost go straight to favourites for mine on this little window that we've seen. That's Rocky Hunter. He won his first best and fairest for the Bulldogs. Season 2018. Cornelio's just a gun five.
It's got the one hand.
Little party trick and good enough to get it past Gresham. 5. And the Flyers, they are absolutely dominating this one. That was Travis Boak.
Yep. On paper, they look as well equipped as any list. Ellis Yeoman got Rioli on long, and just the standing start round the body. Look at it. She's got some talent, that man. Beautiful finish.
David Roden to adjudicate the goals.
Over the head of Aaliyah. So the Deadly will get a good chance here to just launch another attack. It's in good hands here, Lewis Jetta, who had a little think about the long barrel. 10-pointer would be handy. Ellis Yeoman. He's going short to Shawnee Burgoyne. And what a play this man has been. Still moves with incredible grace. Sean Burgoyne launches, and Sean Burgoyne delivers big time. Let's get down to Nat Fyfe.
Yeah, Nat Fyfe's joined us on the headset. How are you, mate?
Going well, boys.
Are you enjoying it, Skipper?
Sure am. Well, it's starting to tighten up a little bit. A few more goals will be good. There's one.
Oh, it should end up a goal. What's Rancy doing forward as he got lost?
Mate, that's why he should belong in the cage at fullback.
You drafted very carefully. You put a lot of time into it. Are you happy with your list?
I am indeed. We only had one out after the draft day, so I've got a pretty balanced side, and hopefully win a couple of games here.
Fyfe, you run us through the elbow bend you got it running down there.
Texan, a little bit of a niggle to the elbow throughout the pre-season, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's a bit of a call out to my man, Rob Gronkowski, for this AFLX concept.
Well, the man who won his second NFL Super Bowl championship, Rob Gronkowski. Hey, Fyfe, you're going to put yourself as the game changer?
I think that would be a bit much. I reckon I might go to Bond. He's on fire.
Okay.
Well done. We'll let you go and enjoy it.
Thanks, guys.
So we're nearing half-time of this one. And already the Flyers starting to show us what they're capable of. There's the siren. And the Deadly find themselves down at half-time, but within reach.
There's Luke Parker, and what a great night out it is. Really entertaining atmosphere here. AFLX comes to life, and the kids are loving it. We've seen some decent pack marks behind the goals there. They're queued up on the ground, they're queued up around the ground, and it has been an enjoyable night all round. And that Flyers are in pretty good shape here. This is their first half. And look at the class on offer all round.
Das, I've just had a text message from an NFL fan, Tommy Lynch, to inform me to tell you that Gronk has won 3 rings, not 2.
My apologies to the Gronk, superstar for the Patriots. Thank you for that, Lynchy, for that feedback. So can the Indigenous superstars from the Deadly get their first win of the night? Eddie Betts, the captain, wanting to inject himself.
Yeah, what a beautiful touch kick that is too to Kelly. Should go back and convert.
Didn't he have a good season last year?
Yeah, mature recruit to the Cats and did not put a foot wrong. He slotted that. Good start. Speaking of things that are staggering, Duke, what about Tom Brady? 6-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. It'll never happen again, they reckon, in the history of the game.
41 years of age. Jim thinks he's got another 4 years to go, that man.
Bontempelli goes deep, and there's a nice intercept mark taken by the man we were just talking about. Harbrow, Kelly. He'll find someone in space, and he does. Jack Martin looks to roost one long, but gets nothing on it.
Marcus Bontempelli. And the 2 premiership best and fairest at the Bulldogs, Ted Whitten and Marcus Bontempelli. I'm feeling those names might sit comfortably alongside each other when the Bont's done. And this is Cal Ward. He wants to find his old teammate in the Bont, and he took it beautifully. Here's Fife, who's parked himself down there. And that Fife, he's going to go back and shoot just a 10-second shot clock, so you can see the players haven't got time to muck around, and he makes no mistake. Nat Fife, the Flyers are going beautifully here tonight.
Let's hope we see him injury-free for the next 100 games too. Nat Fife, what a superstar he is. Harbrow. Straight to the opposition. Higgins. Gives it off to Mick Hurley. He can launch. Fife tries to fly and hits the post.
Take it back for me, Jared.
Lewis Jetta, they've got him everywhere. They've had him as a game changer. He's working overtime. Now Kelly. That's a beautiful looking ball to the little man Gresham. So Gresham within range, and he might just take the 6 points here. The Deadly want to get this one through and just stay within striking range. The courageous effort back with the flight there with Rioli, and bounced off the back of his head.
We were talking earlier about Willie Rioli. The fact that he's got Vergona Rioli on his jumper. That's a beautiful release kick, by the way. Higgins takes it. Not quite launch zone, but he can go across the ground and find someone who nearly is in Ward. And Ward sees something he likes short. That's Trav Boak. Must be almost within range, because he took the mark outside the launch zone. He's not kicking for 10. Out in the full anyway.
Travis Varco. First goal in the grand final of 2018. Now the Deadly just trying to build something from half back. Can they get it going? Varco started it. They need some scoreboard relief here. Look at that absolute dart. That's a 50-metre arrow straight on the chest of Willie Rioli. Tex.
Now going for 10 points, Willie Rioli.
So this would help.
Back him in from here.
Yeah, you'd like your chances, wouldn't you? If you really Rioli for 10, and Just tried to caress it across the face. Let's get down to Abby.
Yeah, just down here with Sam Powpepper, guys. Now, Sam, you had the All-Stars camp earlier this week. Do you see that as a bit of advantage, spending some quality time with your teammates ahead of tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We created a good bond and had quite a few laughs, but yeah, we're just getting along very well. But we're a really small team out there, so it's a bit tougher than I thought. So.
Yep. Sean Burgoyne just went back out on the ground. He just gets better with age, doesn't he? 36 years old, running around there this year.
Yeah, he's getting younger with age. He just moves so well, and yeah, I feel like he has like 5 years left in him. He's moving that well, but yeah, it's good playing with him. So.
Yeah, they don't call him the Silk for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Get back out there.
Thank you.
Getting towards game changer time. Tex, I know you've been keeping an eye on who they will be.
Looks
Martin
like
spins out.
Bradley Hill for the Deadlies and Scotty Pendlebury for the Flyers.
Laird did well there, one-on-one defending, and then Fife gets wrapped up. Deadly's really pouring on the forward pressure. Bontempelli able to control things, and that might have been a free. Handball goes all the way back to the launch zone, although that's not going to be a 10-point attempt, but it's still a beautiful kick. Nice from Hunter.
He really took his game to a whole new level last year, Lockie Hunter. Premiership player with the Dogs, and here comes game changer time, and you can understand why you'd want Bradley Hill and Scotty Pendlebury in that role. Haven't got a heap of value out of the game changer, has to be said, JB.
Not yet. Not sure the teams have quite worked out how to roll with them. There's Burgoyne. Long in search of Kelly. What a beautiful kick. Kelly gets to Waller in the launch zone. Now we go. If this goes through, it's double. Instead of that, he looks to give it off to Eddie Betts.
Oh.
Not sure about the tactics there, Duke. For me, have a ping. Goes through, it's worth 12.
Yeah, within
That's what
range.
you're out there for.
That's right. Bradley Hill, maybe a touch unselfish. That's not what we want tonight.
Never.
So Lockie Hunter now, and pretty poised, this group, Nat Fife's team, the Flyers. Bontempelli got it from his teammate, Isaac Heaney.
Well, Pendlebury's on.
Pendlebury, the game changer, was on off a short, and Heaney elected to torch him in the end.
Here's the big torpy from the back half. It gets past almost everyone. Lockie Hunter tracking the footy back. Not going to get away from Eddie Betts. Turnover. Now this is worth 10. Just can't hit the accuracy from long range. Abby, down to you.
Yeah, guys, another positive for the fans is, yes, they've got the current game out on the ground, but they've also got the other boys warming up. We've got Rampage here. They're about to come on and take the Flyers up next, so we'll see who comes away with that win.
Yeah, looking forward to that, Abby. It's going to be a good contest. Jack Rewalt's Rampage won the first game, and they won it fairly convincingly. But good contest against this man's team, Nat Fife, and he's favoured the goal square, Tex. When you're the captain, you can do what you like, and he's gone back, which he can do to the game changer. Yep. But he missed Pendlebury with a little 15-metre ball, JB.
They're just not using him up. Bontempelli always uses it beautifully. Gets to his teammate, Lockie Hunter. And he's told to play on. He tried to just tip the ball to himself, then gets around, straightens up, and misses.
I wasn't having a piece of the smart Alex stuff from Lockie Hunter. He said, I'm not copping that. Cal Ward, look at him. He knows no other way, this man. He just puts his head where very few people are prepared to. And as you said, known as cement head, that man, so he doesn't feel a lot of pain. No. The Silk Burgoyne, can he launch a super goal? They've been a little thin on the ground for the Deadly, the super goal, and that one again off line. So they are running out of time, staring down their second loss, the Deadly.
Released ball to that man, Cal Ward. He's going to square it. Look at that. Beautiful. Pendlebury now can go back and kick for 12, given all of his scores are going to be doubled. And that will make it very tough for the Deadly. He sticks it through.
Just a Rolls Royce, that man, isn't he, Tex? Scotty Pendlebury.
Always looks like he's got time. Pendle's very, very hard to tackle and beautiful skills.
Just in the top 3 in the best and fairest. Again, it's the 10th time that he's done that, Scotty Pendlebury. Such a consistent performer in every sense. And Lear gets it from Lockie Hunter, and the Flyers, well, they're home. And they look like they're going to be very hard to beat. Joey Kennedy sends a long bomb down that 5. Can he keep it in? Oh, that was clever. This is 10-point territory. And the Flyers, that 5. Look at that.
Oh, here we are. So, the quick release goes back to Aaliyah. And they're going to run out of time here, the Deadly. Very, very complete list. Fife's Flyers, and this man, almost the perfect game changer. Goes for the left hand, left foot, I should say, barrel. It's across the face. And the siren is going to greet Lockie Hunter as he runs around. Might have just missed, but it's not going to matter.
So there is a little marker put in the ground tonight. That Flyers team look like they're going to be very hard to stop. They'll take on the Rampage, captained by Jack Riewoldt next. It's AFLX 2019, live on Channel 7. You got to love this. A bit of the rock star vibe about the AFLX, and the boys have turned it on. And look at Anthony McDonald, Tim Woody, Scotty Pendlebury, and Alex France on a skateboard. Big Tex.
Looks like an electric skateboard too for Alex France. There you go.
We're going that way. There's the young guns who went head-to-head there, Bailey Fritsch and Jack Higgins, and almost as much excitement about the rock-off, Tex, as anything.
Well, they certainly have been excited for the rock-off and successful in doing so. I think that's their second one they've won now. Riewoldt.
They've got a bit of strut about them, Riewoldt's Rampage. They were very, very good in game 1. They've had a nice little break, but they come up against the team that I think on paper, JB, are the ones to beat. That Fife's Flyers, they were very, very good. First up.
Maximum swagger in this one. Aaliyah and Paddy Cripps. And Cripps just nicely down to Dylan Shield. And inside 50, straight down the throat of the skipper. Perfect start. Runs around for the around-the-body banana, and that misses the lot. Ball into the hands of this freakish young talent, Isaac Heaney. Long and wide he goes. Higgins a fly. Whose hands did it come off? It's going to go to Lockie Woodfield.
Classy effort from Whitfield there. Short ball on to Cripps, who he's in great shape. Great to see him so fit this time of year. Phil Davis. It's going to be a good contest, this one. And Dylan Shield, the high prize recruit to the Bombers, just a little astray. First score of this game goes the way of the Rampage.
That's a beautiful ball in too to Higgins. See something he likes in the form of Aaliyah. Doesn't quite get to him. Whitfield with work to do. He does it beautifully. Off to Cripps. Cripps just steps on through nicely.
Now
Easton Woods in all sorts of room. Can walk in, go over the top with the hands, or kick the goal. He does the latter. Down to you, Ab.
Anthony, McDonald, Tip and Woody, you've had a taste of the action. 2 games to the Deadlies, unfortunately 2 losses, but you guys still have some games to turn it around.
Yeah, we've got another game coming up, so that was really exciting. The boys really enjoyed it, so I sure really enjoyed it too myself. So it's good to turn out and have a crack and seeing the kids really enjoying it. So it was good fun.
Well, that's what I'm loving about this team. You're on your break, but all of the boys are down here interacting with the crowd, and what a great crowd that we have turn out tonight for Friday night footy.
Yeah, it is. A good crowd turning up, and it's all about the kids and a bit of fun, and we're here to enjoy it and get back to the kids and let them enjoy it too. So yeah, it was good fun.
We'll keep up the good work. Hopefully a win is just around the corner.
Yeah, no, it'll be good.
Thanks, Abby, and thank you to Anthony McDonald, Tippamoonie. Easton Woods enjoying his time out there. I'm enjoying Texas having a look at Alex Rance, who has parked himself as deep forward as you could be. I reckon he's almost said, I'll play, but you're not putting him anywhere near full-back, Tex.
Kicked 2 goals last game, kicked 1 goal in his last 5 years in the home and away season.
Look at Joey Kennedy just muscle his way past about 4. And then Canelio will kick a goal, so nice. Bring it back.
Huge fan of soccer, I think, Stephen Caniglio. Loves his celebrations with a moustache.
He's not on his own there, Tex, and the EPL especially has become massively supported in the AFL fraternity. Beautiful ball from Higgins. Cripps picks it off. Dylan Shield now. He's inside the launch zone. He pulls it.
So that one's been called back. Umpire not really sensing the occasion there. We're going to get that one moving if we could. Alier, who can play on and run and do whatever he likes, is the way the rule works in this game.
20 metres without having to bounce it. I'm not sure the players are utilising that either, Big Duke.
I reckon the old habits are hard to change, aren't they, JB? And now Michael Hurley. Look at that for a ball. That is outstanding to Bontempelli. And the Bonts decided he's going to use up a bit of the 10 seconds on offer here. I like the look of this contest. It's full of class. There's a little bit more strategy about these two teams. Let's get back down to Abs.
I'm here with Paddy Dangerfield and the show stealer, George. Yep. Paddy, Feist Flyers are looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yes. You want to talk? They are, Ab. They're going well. George, are you happy with them? Are you happy with them?
That's a big yes from George. But in other news, you and your beautiful wife, Marty, have actually announced you're having your second child. George would be, no doubt, pretty happy to be a big brother.
No, he's not happy about it, actually. He's not going to have any of the tension. Are you, mate? Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's going to be over soon.
There you go, guys. Show stealer.
George thinks that's a massive ice cream.
Say back to you.
Oh, gee, he's only built an 18-room joint at Moggs Creek Danger, so he may as well start filling it.
Yes.
For all of his boats.
That's it.
Beautiful part of the world down there, Tex.
Is it?
On the Great Ocean Road, right opposite the surf. There's about 40 Dangerfields that live in that compound. And here come the Flyers. Chance for Nat Fife.
In front, straight backer. Phil Davis, the rebound's good to Membry. So not a high scoring yet. Polak, kick smothered. Sloan comes in and breaks it up. Polak again.
In the back.
Free kick's going to go the Flyers' way. No. Easton Wood. It's a feeling out process, this one. Fisher.
10.
It's for 10. You heard the umpire, but the kick is not going to work.
So a little bit more just poise from these two teams. Scotty Pendlebury prepared to just take a little bit more time. Not the frenetic pace that we had out of the blocks at the start. Here's Cal Ward. I think these two teams are eyeing off a win here tonight. They are absolutely working their strategy through. Phil Davis happy to bat it down in the direction of Rory Sloan. A little look-away handball to Sloaney. Sloaney might find himself in a bit of trouble here. Has he kept it in? He has. Little Zach Fisher. Don't argue from Shawnee Higgins. And the Rampage are on the attack. And finding Bailey Fritsch is a good option. So this is the young man from the Demons.
Hair's doing a bit.
Coming for Tom McDonald.
Late inclusion
Late
text,
inclusion.
yeah. And Tom McDonald very disappointed. We understand that he might have had a little slight quad strain, I believe, at training, and the Demons very keen to expose Bailey Fritsch to this sort of talent. He's an exciting player to watch, JB.
Jeez, that hair's standing up. Short ball. Montempelli. Off a step. Slicing the ball, very good. Underground handball doesn't really work. Sets Cal Ward a task. He's double tackled. Now Higgins with room to move. Unselfishly goes short and finds Cripps, who'll kick a goal. A Rampage. Oh, hello. Little 10-pin bowling action.
Oh, I like that from Paddy Cripps. We might see if we can get another look at that. Something he put a bit of thought into.
I think so.
Just see them expressing themselves out here. This group of star players. Nat Five over the top of Sloan, and Five gets up. The captain of the Flyers.
It's worth 10.
He has been a permanent fixture down there. Him and Big Rancy have decided they're going to own the goal square. It's last time he's allowed to play on and still score 10, which he is. And he loves it, Nat Five.
Oh, no.
Tried convincing the goal umpire too.
Is that fresh ink on Sloaney's arm, by the way, or is
it is, yeah.
An off-season? Nice.
Certainly is.
Standing start, Boomer. Cripps back there. Some massive body, Paddy Cripps. Look at the size of him.
Extraordinary. You look at Paddy Cripps and Marcus Bontempelli, two midfielders in the game who, in any other area, JB,
you were rucking against him.
Absolutely.
Here's Fife. Swings around to Heaney. It's a good thing some of these blokes don't play in the same team, home and away. That would make it difficult.
You'd like to have a few of them at the Crowies.
Isaac Heaney short. And now Lockie Hunter's got a pretty good look at it. Pretty marketable Isaac Heaney, by the way. Hunter has kicked a goal. Necessary one too for the Flyers.
Tell you what, there's a good pack formed behind the goal there. You just look at the left of your screen. And I know the young lad that took that mark, young Hamish Furphy, took a good grab down there. And they are queued up. You might get mark of the year behind the goals. Great to see the crowd involvement. Great to see the kids around loving the entertainment, loving seeing some of the best players in the game performing in this AFLX. It's a good contest, this one. Paddy Cripps, the Carlton superstar, and out the back. They've got him out the back a couple of times, Dylan Shield. And a nice reply from the Rampage.
Who have opened up a little break as we approach half-time. Mightn't be too much left in this half. That one's coming back into the middle. So the kicks obviously came from the launch zone, but there we have the siren. It's a good break for the Rampage.
Jeez, he's a big boy, that Alice Goldman bloke. Them boots any good? Them boots any good?
Yeah, right.
It's good fun, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Easton! Easton! Hey, West! East-West.
Oh, Jackie Higgins. How good is he?
What a zinger that was from young Jack.
Those boots any good when he's got a pair on himself. I love it. He's gold, that bloke.
Look at the joy that that man has when he's performing what he was born to do, Jack Higgins. You've got to love it, don't you?
So tip off. Rampage looking to make it 2 from 2. As are the Flyers. Big second half coming. Ward. Nicely done into the hands of the Bont. Turns around for Aaliyah. He's now almost directly in front. 10 seconds to get the kick away. The start the Flyers need if he can manage to get this through. He Drags it badly to the left. Abby Holmes.
Guys, I've made my way back to the fan zone and I'm with the Langcakes. Basically been adopted into the family. Andrew, which side are you following tonight?
Rampage all the way tonight.
And who's your favourite player out there?
Zach Fisher.
What about you? Who's your favourite player? Zach Fisher. Zach Fisher all round, guys. It's absolutely pumping down here.
It's the Zach Fisher fan club down there. Nice to see the young Carlton star with some support. Tex talking to a few of the people around the edges of this in the last 2 days. I said the players have loved the idea of representative football for a rugby league term. Are you a fan? Do you think that the idea of getting players, whether it's this format or whatever it evolves into, is a good thing?
Yeah, I think it's great. Firstly, the clubs have been so responsive, and then the players, to see the best of our game come out and play and be able to play with some pretty talented players in your team would be awesome. So it's been well responded, and hopefully it can continue for a long time.
Our great co-worker Lee Matthews, Duke, on Twitter, I think it was, said that why not look at it as a state of origin concept in the future? Might have some legs.
Always thinking the great Lethal.
Well, when Lethal speaks, people listen. Now, Whitfield on his favoured left, and Alex Rance nearly taking the post out Lethal style.
So that's Nat Fyfe's team trailing Jack Riewoldz's Rampage, and plenty of scoring opportunities left here. Smashed back by Phil Davis. He's played his role well tonight. Alex Rance spears one out the line, and Phil Davis has been very, very solid contributor for the Rampage to Zach Fisher, and Fisher spotted Shawnee Higgins, and I reckon that's 10-point territory. Well, he might have just been out of the launch zone, Zach Fisher, but Shawn Higgins, he's a good thing from here. 3 weeks in a row, 30 plus and 3 goals last year, Shawn Higgins, and he's after that he's missed the absolute sitter.
And Cal Ward, of course, former teammates at the Western Bulldogs. Mick Hurley lives with about 17 dogs, eastern suburbs. Long ball, Higgins flying about 5, but he manages to get a loose ball. And out the back, the Flyers are going to score a very simple goal through Cornelio and tighten this one up. Did well there, Jackie Higgins.
Here's Paddy Cripps. Carlton fans will be just desperate to see him get through a full season this year. He's had some bad luck with collision injuries, and that was through the hands of Shawnee Higgins. This is his namesake, Jack Higgins, and the Flyers. They're going to launch from defence, and who better to do it than Alex Rance, 5-time All-Australian, 5 in a row. Chance now. That's Dane Zorko. This is Shawnee Higgins again, and Jack Riewoldt in the box seat there was always going to grab that.
And 10
on offer here. He's enjoyed every bit of this. Let's get down to Phil Davis.
Hey, Das.
How are you, mate? You enjoying this one? Your form's been very good.
Yeah, we've got all right. Jack's got a really nice game plan. We're trying to zone, structure up, get the ball in our forward half, do all those things.
Bit of zone structure from the Rampage.
Poor Jack's just said run as fast as we can. And we've got good little quick boys running around, which is nice.
That filthy beard staying all season, Phil?
Yeah, just waiting for puberty, JB. So until that happens, it'll stay, mate, sadly. So will the bad man bun.
You're going to be the Gatorade game changer in this game, Phil?
Oh, I don't think so. I think I'll leave that big skunk. Maybe the last one for your Tex.
Oh, that'd be beautiful, Phil. Sneak forward.
I need to kick
a couple of goals.
I need to kick one in, mate.
Back hasn't got any less straight either, Phil, in the off-season.
Nah, you'd be right, Jack. I actually asked for plank on my Guernsey for how right it is, but yeah, no, get that over the line. Poor Davo got on it, so that's all right.
And Big Phil, you've enjoyed being around this group of guys?
Yeah, it's been outstanding. Go get him, Skunk. No, it's been really good fun, I must admit. You sort of play against them for so many years. It's nice just to play with them and see how they go about. And the boys have been in pretty good form the last sort of 36 hours.
Go and enjoy it, mate.
Thanks, guys.
So game changer time, and the Skunk, Timmy Membry, goes out as the game changer. And
Trev Boak. Nice, and this is worth double. If he can slot it So 12 points on offer here for Trav Boak. Pulled that to the left. Low, it's going to stay in play. Joey Kennedy, massive frame, just gets rid of Easton Wood. Lockie Hunter with the snap and a behind.
Rampage are going to send this one out the commentary side of the ground. Picked up out there by their skipper, Jack Revolt. There's a nice 2-on-1 Bailey Fritsch out the back, or the man in front, Paddy Cripps. They almost could have raffled it, and that might be a free kick. Lockie Hunter can't believe that he got legged and nothing was made of it. Game changer time, and the skunk Membry. He's taking a nice grab. Double points on offer. Gatorade game changer, Timmy Membry, the St Kilda goal-kicking machine. Had a few goal-kicking issues early last year for the Saints, and then when he gets on a roll, he doesn't miss, and there it is. That's 12 points.
Dylan Shield just getting over to Mick Hurley too and letting him know that that's a contested mark against. I love it. The teammates, beautiful. There is Mick Hurley, by the way. Speaking of all Australian defenders. Long ball, wide, well taken by Boak. Heaney. Thought that's a continuous play, but anyway. He'll come back to Trav Boak. So the Flyers now with work to do. Handing over the reins, Tex, Trav Boak as captain to Port.
Yeah, the Port have gone with the co-captains as well, and Tom Jonas and Ollie Wines.
It's gone down well with the Port faithful, I understand.
Das?
He's going to stay out of that one, Tex. I spoke to a few people in Adelaide today, and they are not happy at all, JB, to answer that one. That I understand Ollie Wines was mooted a long way out as the sole captain, but Tom Jonas joins him as the co-captain this year. Quality person, Tom Jonas.
You talk to the old Port faithful, Duke, and it's gone down like the old wrought iron hang glider. Inside 50. The ball's going to bounce. Oh, slapped back to Membry. What beautiful football that is. Dane Zorko, really clever. And, of course, another 12.
They're the surprise packet for me, the Rampage, in all this. I'm told Jack Revolt turned up to draft night. He had no strategy, he had no idea. He's just throwing darts at the dartboard, and he's assembled a team that looked like they've gelled better than anyone. And well played, Big Jack. The skipper's got involved with a bit of defensive tackle work. Told they were up late last night, the Rampage, working through some of this sort of stuff.
Using the game changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
First real good use we've seen. Shouldn't be handing it off, but they do now, because he's launching for 20. Phil Davis down there deep, can't keep it in.
Well, about a little set play there for the game changer. A little 1-2. Get it back for 20. Haven't seen a 20-pointer tonight so far.
Hold there, Phil. Play on. You.
What's happening there?
What has Lockie Hunter gone with? That spun like a top, that did. Out the back, they've got Nat Fyfe, the skipper, and they need score, and they need it quickly. Nat Fyfe.
He's the Boak.
Yeah, back to the game changer. That was a smart play. So 12-point chance here.
Got to kick it. Even then, they're running out of time. Gets them to 36. This is still a long way back. Nicely finished by Boak. So it's been very, very good, this from the Rampage, especially their use of the Gatorade game changer. He has rattled some points on in this second half, the skunk, and he's going to get on the end of this too. What about the ball? I think it was Polak, just couldn't hang on.
Rancy's decided he's had enough of the skunk dominating. He said, I'll have to step up here. And this is going to be a convincing win to Jack Revolt's Rampage. The Flyers have got a bit of thinking to do. Grand final coming up shortly here. AFLX and in the box seat. This team in green, the Rampage, been super impressive. Nat Fyfe still working hard. Sends a long ball. And he's found a major. Nat Fyfe has got a super goal late. And there's your siren. All Rampage. A nice 21-point win. They're undefeated, Jack Revolt's Rampage. We're going to take a break and come back. More AFLX live here in Melbourne.
The grand final rematch with everything on the line. Tomorrow, Bulldogs, Lions. Who will stay in the finals race? But first, can the Blues outmuscle the Cats?
The Saturday doubleheader.
Live and free on Mate and 7+.
Some of the best talent we have in our game on display, AFLX. And look at the old 10-pin ball there, nicely done. And the Skunk got on the end of a few. The Rampage, undefeated. As we get ready for rock, paper, scissors. The Deadly take on the Rampage. Pal Pepper and Jared Polak, former teammates. All right, here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors, boys, quick. Let's go, here we go.
Easton Wood going up against Louis Jetta.
3, 2, 1. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah! The Deadly.
We haven't seen a second rock-off required.
No.
It's been a clear win every time.
Has.
And they love it, the boys. It's been a nice feature of this entertaining night tonight. And the Deadly Indigenous boys would be keen to get a W for the night. So the Skunk, remember, he's out on top. He's got 33 on the night so far. Tex got some big scores as a game changer, and that 5 has been almost a permanent forward.
Certainly has, with Rewalt 26 points, Stevenson 16.
Ellis Yolman do this really well. The tip off, and he does again. Gets it to the back to Pal Pepper, and then gets involved again. Gresham out in front of Fritsch. Might just see a bit of intensity here from the Deadly. They've been disappointing, lost their first 2. And Rory Sloane just decides to bang it long, looking for Revolt. Jack Martin with him. Revolt gets it out the back, but the bounce doesn't work. Martin now. It might have been taken high, no free. Lots of numbers there for the Deadly, though. Martin, one of them. And on the left, he sits it out in front of Jetta, but the bounce doesn't work.
Rory Sloane working himself over time as he does. Look at Rory again. Dylan Shield pops this one in the Zorko direction. Jack Martin good enough to take care of it, but we know the last touch is going to result in an automatic opportunity for the opposition. And Dane Zorko has had an incredible period of the game. Has won the last 4 best and fairest, Dane Zorko, in the Brisbane Lions.
New skipper of Brisbane this year.
He is indeed, Tex. You had much to do with Dane? He's
not too much, no, but from all reports, he's a very, very good leader.
He's turned himself into one of the elite players in the game. Bradley Hill, beautiful kick. Burgoyne couldn't hang on. Ellis Yolman now against his Adelaide Crows teammate Rory Sloane. Now long range Jetta. Gresham can't keep it in.
Bailey Fritsch, late call up into this Rampage side, who have really been the dominant force so far, and it's been on the back of this man, Jack Revolt, who's embraced every bit of the AFLX concept. He's been outstanding.
I thought he especially liked the entry, didn't he?
He had the aviator sunglasses working nicely, did Big Jack.
The NFL, NBA sort of swagger entry, he was all over.
Always been pretty comfortable in his own skin, Jack Revolt.
Bailey Fritsch can't quite get the trip. It was online. Jack Martin's got Tip and Woody on short, uses him. Ellis Yolman, centre of the ground, kick doesn't quite get there. Burgoyne. Hill. Travi Varco. Can't get there.
Got a great pride, the Indigenous boys, in their ability to get the job done, and they won't have enjoyed the first 2 losses. And I suspect you're going to see all-out attack. That bounce has gone to the Skunk, who's had an enormous night tonight. On occasion, he couldn't get it in. The leading scorer so far tonight, that man, Timmy Membry, the Skunk.
Bradley Hill Leo Docker, but premiership player, of course, with the Hawks. They've got 20 metres if they want to use it without having to bounce the ball. There's Zorko. Beautiful touch kick to Membry. Membry uses up the short option. And here he is.
He told us he was going to go forward, didn't he? You back him in here, Jim?
No one defender. They're not comfortable in this situation. Oh, he stuck it into the post.
Not happy either, Big Phil.
No.
Not happy at all with that. This has been a common tactic for the Deadly. The long bomb from Jeddah. Free kick's going to go the way of Tipper. McDonald, Tip and Woody. So he's got a man at the back here, Willie Rioli. I think he'd be within range here, Tex. McDonald, Tip and Woody leant back on that slightly and just dragged it across the face.
Short ball to Polak. Fisher. Davis. Well done, Tip and Woody, to get in front of the big man. And then just walk past him. And managed to turn it over. Whitfield back to Davis, and he doesn't want to take the responsibility. He gave it off to Membry, who kicks the goal. Talk to you about this, Duke. Vergona Rioli. Back in the late 70s, early 80s for South Fremantle in the Waffle, Benny Vergona and the great Morris Rioli were part of that team. Stephen Michael a part of that team. Nicky Winmar a part of that team, coached by the great Mal Brown.
Incredible.
Some of the best Indigenous talent the game's ever seen, all playing in the one Waffle team, and great to see Willie acknowledging those two champion players.
Yeah, great heritage, isn't it? It's an amazing history, Jim. Part of the world where you grew up and saw firsthand just...
Stephen Michael, what a superstar he was. Never played VFL footy.
They regard him as one of the all-time greats, don't they? As Paddy Cripps finds a way to score a major. And the Rampage undefeated so far in this tournament, Texan.
Confirmation that they've just booked themselves into the grand final, Das.
Okay.
So we'll find them in the grand final a little bit later on.
Eddie Betts, handball off. Kelly, that's going to be shallow. And just a behind.
Always the great debate about where you rank the Indigenous players in our game, but you mentioned Stephen Michael, JB, and those that saw him play have him right up with the very best.
Three-time Sandover medalist back when the Waffle was at full strength, and played in those carnivals in West Australia, South Australia, Victoria, and dominated them. He was a wonderful footballer. Over the top, Eddie Betts will kick a goal. They need one. Then get it. Let's get down to you, Ab.
Well, guys, I can hardly hear you down here, but I am with Gil McLaughlin. How about this crowd? It's fantastic for the second year of the AFLX competition.
It's good, Abby. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of kids here, and they're having a very good time. And it's a good crowd, and the players having a good time. It's a fun night. That's what it is. It's for kids, and it's a bit of fun to kick off the year.
And talk us through the change. Last year we saw all 18 clubs taking place. This year you've gone with the 4, with the best of the best, the cream of the crop. How did that come about?
It was very new last year, and it was very young, and it's good to have some of our great players playing. So, and they enjoy it. They like being able to play with each other and hang out and meet each other and to sort of coach themselves and have a bit of fun as well. So I know they have enjoyed it.
They absolutely have, and they're putting on a show, so we better get back out there. But thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That man, JB, as you know, the AFL-CIO, Gillan McLaughlin, once wore a mustard jacket to a race meeting down in Warrnambool. I'd like to bring that back for AFLX if we could.
I would have thought that was the perfect stage for it. He's letting the hair go a bit too.
He is, isn't he?
He's trying to sort of cheat old age, which has landed on top of him as Harbrow will kick a left foot goal. They're on a little charge here, the Deadly. Brought in by Sloan, Cripps, Higgins. Membry's got himself, in fact it's Cripps, is it? He's got himself out the back. Yes, it is. Such a big target.
10 points.
So he'll make sure of this. Oh no. What are we seeing here, Duke?
Jeez. Now they're well aware that they're in a grand final. The place kick.
What?
And what about that?
Come on.
Gee whiz.
You can't be behaving like that.
The set play place kick, JB. Look at Paddy Cripps, he loves it.
No.
I'm told the Rampage with Jack Revolt, they were huddled around very late into the night last night. And they had some of this sort of stuff planned, Tex. That's not easy to do that.
Johnny Wilkinson like that.
It was.
Are we going to see that regular season?
I'm not sure that's coming to your screens on a regular basis soon, JB. But he nailed it.
He did.
Might find yourself sitting down if you do that in the regular season, Dars.
I'm not sure that some of the old school coaches would have coped that well with that. I think that might have been how would Ron Brassey have gone if someone had tried that? Or Malcolm Blight wouldn't have had a sense of humour around that, I would have
Dennis
thought.
Pagan, I think, would have seen the funny side of it. Robert Walls, there's a few of the old stages that mightn't have been giggling. Short ball to Gresham. He sees something he likes. And Eddie Betts hangs on to it.
Took one of the biggest screamers I've seen live.
Have a look at the kids
last week at training. In our internal trial on the weekend, took one of the biggest screamers I've ever seen.
Nuts. Did any video of it?
There is footage of it, but it doesn't do it justice,
Right.
Kim.
Who was underneath him, Tex?
One of our ruckmen, Paul Hunter. So it makes it even better you jump that high.
Adelaide Crows website.
It'll be on
Want
there.
to catch up with it? He's always brought extraordinary stuff to the table, Eddie Betts. Jack Martin tries to tunnel it back to Eddie. Easton Wood was strong over the footy, but Eddie goes and gets it. Brings it back. Looking for Bradley Hill, can't get to him.
Rampage ball. Big Tex just told us they have secured a spot in the grand final. We've got one more regulation game to go, and there's a couple of live chances. We'll bring you up to date with that as we get to the siren at half-time. And a good contest, this one. The Deadly chasing their first win, and they're staring down the Rampage, who are undefeated. AFLX live from Melbourne.
What are we seeing here? No. The place kick. Let's get to you, Ab.
Paddy Cripps. Now, I'm not a massive NFL fan, but I know a place kick when I see one. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, I don't watch much rugby, but yeah, we talked about it pre-game, and I thought we'd have a bit of fun with it, and it come off a treat.
And what are you expecting from the second half of this game?
I don't know, let's have a bit of fun. I think I'm chucking the Gatorade jumper on, so hopefully I'll kick a few big ones for the sticks.
Well, there you go. Get some points on the board.
Hopefully, thank you.
Nicely done, Phil Davis. Over the top. Now, can he finish? He hasn't been able to all game, but look at that. Just slaughtered it. I think we've worked out that Rance and Davis belong at the other end of the ground, Tex.
I'm happy if they want to go to the other up forward, though, Jim.
I bet you are.
Run around.
You would have spent a bit of time on both those key defenders, Tex.
Both very, very hard to get a kick on. Very good defenders.
Pal Pepper. Jack Martin from the Gold Coast Suns is a really talented individual. Now the Deadly, they've got a one-on-one chance, and Bradley Hill. Can he find a way? I think it's going to be his ball, and it will be. Centering opportunity. He wants Pal Pepper. And he worked Phil Davis underneath it momentarily. Now Gresham goes back, and this is Tim Kelly. Play on's the call for the backwards kick. Kelly, who was incredible. Debut year as a mature ager for the Cats was just outstanding, JB.
Home again from the waffle and was just brilliant. Sean Higgins. We know that the Rampage are in the grand final. They will play the winner of the next match. Lockie Whitfield wants a mark inside that forward zone. He gets it in the form of Jack Revolt. He's darting around. He's called to go. Long range banana. That looks really good. Brilliant.
Am I detecting a Rampage sort of signal they're going with Almost the AC/DC devil horns there, Jay Wilson. Keep an eye on that.
Yep, righto.
Not an easy kick, that one that Jack Revolt executed there. The long-range banana as Pal Pepper scores back the other way. So this one's really zipping around at the moment. Goal for goal. Rampage going back the other way. Jack Revolt has been a very big performer tonight. That one was just a little elusive for him.
Wilson's going to bring it back in. Ellis Yeoman and his Adelaide Crows teammate Rory Sloan. And now Cripps misses. So the next game winner play the Rampage in the granny. The Bolts and the Flyers.
Looks like Eddie Betts has put himself in the Gatorade game changer,
Nice.
Jim.
I like it.
Along with Paddy Cripps for the Rampage.
Skipper taking things upon himself. Bradley Hill tries to find Tip and Woody, but the kick was never going to work.
Let's get down to Abs.
Well, the man, the myth, the legend. I am with Luke Hodge, and if I'm not careful... What are you liking about this Rampage and Deadly sides, Hodgie?
The Deadly team, quick, we all knew that. The way they're sort of moving the ball. And Rampage absolutely blitzed us the first half.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to come in, we're going to warm into it. They had different plans. But no, it's been good, it's been exciting. The crowd's been excellent.
Yeah.
Normally you get, when you come here and there's opposition colours, they abuse you. They're all happy for photos, they're here for a good time and have a bit of fun, which is great.
No coaches for any of the four sides. Have you really embraced that role for the Bolts? Or
I reckon we probably should take that into proper AFL. It actually has been a lot smoother. There's been no fighting, no one yelling at each other.
Are you saying the coaches should get sacked?
Well, get rid of the runners, get rid of the coaches.
Well, good luck in the next good luck in the next game.
Thank you, Tom.
I think when Luke Hodge put his hand up and said, I'm buying into this concept, it immediately got traction amongst the rest of the playing group. Got such a great presence, hasn't he, Texas, as a performer and what he's been able to do, Luke Hodge?
One of my favourite players, Das, and you can see he just sets everyone up, knows the game inside out, and still being able to play a great game is great for the fans to come and watch Hodgie play.
He's looking at frenzy for the ball.
It's like a little schoolyard.
It's the old Jack in the pack at the back there, Tex. There's a big pack of kids out the back.
Willie Rioli to have a look from long range. Jeez. This young man and Flying Ryan, are they going to pack the stands over there in Perth? Good ball too. Got it there. Oh, that was a little something too from Willie. I love it. The celebrations are good.
Yeah, I think the Deadly would be very keen to not finish tonight without having registered a win, and they've got a handy little lead here. Game changer's not far away. Zorko prepared to take some speed and some talent. Zach Fisher almost got cleaned up from behind. Look at Dane Zorko working hard. Pushed all the way down from full back. Now to the goal square. It's a good target. Paddy Cripps. Game changer.
Oh, on Eddie Betts.
What's Eddie doing down there? He got lost, surely. Eddie, you could tell he didn't want to know about it.
That's for 20.
That's the first 20.
Oh, no.
I reckon that's a 20-pointer, Tex. I think you might be all over it.
Yep, they're bringing it back to the middle. No.
Okay.
So here goes Eddie Betts then to make this a 12er.
Catch me if you can, he said to Cripper.
Oh, look at that. He's just walked it in. Nice, tight game, this one. So we all thought, and I think quite a few of the players thought that was a 20-pointer. And the quick release caught him off guard. Fritsch looking for Cripps. Look at the big man. Jeez, that's nice coming out of the square for Blues fans.
About the use of that. The fullback kick to Fritsch initially was extraordinary, and now Cripps finds himself with a great chance, and he's done it now. He has got the long-range bomb in, Paddy Cripps, and he's saying, what about a super goal as well? But it's goal for goal, end-to-end stuff, all tied up here.
Tip and Woody, Eddie Betts out the back. Eddie Betts takes the mark, and now we're starting to see the game changer properly used. Give them all the space, Duke.
That's right.
That's a 20.
It's a 20-pointer, the first of the night. So we go back to a centre bounce. And the Indigenous Stars from the Deadly will be very, very happy with their 20-point lead. So tip-off time. Cam Ellis-Yolman goes by the nickname Curly, Tex.
Curly. When he lets his hair grow, it goes pretty curly. I think that's why.
Okay.
Look at Eddie go to work. Hasn't he stepped it up, the skipper?
Oh.
Took too long to make him the game changer, Texan.
Too long. He thought, I'll put myself in the game. And he's gone the torpedo.
What's he doing? Missing. Yeah, too unselfish in the first two games. He was the obvious game changer from the start.
Jared Polak. It's a beautiful ball out to Phil Davis. So we know that this team, the Rampage, are locked into the grand final coming up shortly. Jack Revolt's boys. Here's Jack now. Paddy Cripps might have had a little tug of the jumper. And the game changers have had a big impact. He wastes no time, Cripps. And there he goes, the quick reply. It's a 12-pointer. Back to within 10 points. So it'll be the Rampage, Jack Revolt, playing the winner of next game, which is the Bolts, Paddy Dangerfield's team against Nat Fyfe's Flyers.
They need to be clean from here. And they are exiting to Willie Rioli. Ellis-Yolman in some space. Rioli runs for him, doesn't need him. And that kick's chopped off. So now then, Cripps in all sorts of space if they can get the ball to him. Ellis-Yolman, brilliant. Handball now to Betts. His kick smothered, so this one's up a notch. Polak gets pushed out of play, and it's going to be a deadly ball.
Cam Ellis-Yolman, the man. So not a whole heap of time left in it, and Willie Rioli, it's set up beautifully for him. He got into the game changer, Eddie Betts. Yes, Eddie. Absolute shame that he wasn't the game changer early, Tex. I think it might have made the difference.
Paddy Cripps is up to 52 points in this game. Right? He's gone to the top of the lead in goal kicking.
Polak with a don't argue on Varco, gives it back to Higgins. They're going to try and find Cripps here again. All sorts of jumper held.
Jeez.
Nothing for Paddy Cripps. He tries to muscle it through and misses.
What a powerful athlete he is, Paddy Cripps. He just stood up the Burgoyne tackle, which is not easy to do. And Deadly got a handy 20-point lead here.
Oh, Eddie's open again.
We get it, the game changer. Willie's sensing that. He's decided to take the 6 points on offer, and this will be good enough, you think. The Deadly will register their first win of the night.
We've got a late little window into how good they could have been, the Deadly, if they'd got themselves rolling early. Again, Long. Cripps one out. Almost a piece of it. And he stands up in the tackle, walks around, and kicks a 12er.
What about that?
Could he operate out of the square for the Blues?
Oof. Your defender's nightmare, Jim.
Have a look at him.
You almost have to see a bit of that this year, don't we? We know he's a contested ball freak around the middle of the ground, but you'd love to see him one out in the ground. On the goal square, I should say. So that is the game. All smiles, Paddy Cripps. But it was the Deadly winning their first game. The Rampage go through the grand final. Jack Revolt's boys will come back with the final round game. It's the Bolts taking on the Flyers next.
What an off-season it's been, lads.
What an off-season. Where to start?
Well, where do you want to start?
City to Hobart.
There's a little concoction called a dirty chai that I reckon might be up your alley.
Don't Google that.
Dog Lovers Poems, compiled by Jeff Kettle.
This was a terrible mistake. So where's Dusty?
Andy, have a strawberry. Andy, have a strawberry.
JB and Tex, just have a look at this. I'm just detecting that there was a little common celebration running through the Rampage. This is Jack Revolt's team, and is that the ACDC Devil Horns? Saw a bit of that with Jack Revolt, a bit of that with Paddy Cripps. They're into the grand final. I think they might have worked out a little team celebration. Keep your eye on that one.
Winner of this game joins them in the grand final. Here, rock, paper, scissors. There we go. Andy McGrath. There we are. So The Bolts winning the rock, paper, scissors, and the winner of this game, as I say, books a spot in the granny. Jack Higgins sitting down, Tommy Rockcliffe with him. And there the Collingwood boys, bumper to bumper, and there we go. Winner of this one through. Simple as that. Blitzarves and Aaliyah to do the tipping off. And the Blitz just gets hold of him, but slaps it straight into the path of Pendlebury. Goes to Higgins, and then Pendlebury gets it back. Not a great ball in search of Bontempelli. McMillan did pretty well in the midst of all of that. And then McGrath does very well.
This is Gaff. Danger. Second, third, fourth attempt. Just a little too tall for your little man Rory Laird there, Tex.
Little Teletubby.
You would let him know too, Tex, wouldn't he? Danger, former teammates.
He will be straight in Lairdy's ear after this.
And Danger has just pushed that one across the face, so the bragging rights escape him. But as we know, a bit at stake here. The winner goes through the grand final. We were pretty bullish about the Flyers, Nat Fyfe's group. And then they had a little misstep, and that is a bad turnover, and Danger pops up. There's his 6-pointer. Michael Hurley puts his hand up and says, sorry, lads.
Michael!
Michael! Oh, listen to that.
Stick to the left, Nicky.
Love it. Jack Higgins is going to drift in. And then he'll go for a standing barrel. Gets a nice piece of it too. Bontempelli deep in the marking contest. Side bottom. So much time on the field. Gets it to Gaff. Gaff's just got to sit it up. Aliyah's got to wait. His teammate, Luke Parker, takes a beauty.
What a grab that was. Second ball on the field. We don't worry about that in AFLX. It's play on, and slotting it straight through was Tom Hawkins. And so the Bolts jump out. In fact, might have just missed an 8-point margin. Paddy Dangerfield's group. Highly fancied Nat Fyfe Flyers grand final spot up next for the winner of this contest. Cal Ward's got it. Little man Laird. Now a chance for the Flyers. Canelio goes short. Jack Higgins. He's just an exciting young man, and he makes no mistake. He loves it too. Look at that.
Get him. So the Flyers hit the scoreboard. Side bottom. Shovels it to Blitzarves. Andy McGrath. He closed down the space, so he's got a bite off the 45-degree kick. Did it really well. McMillan. Good ball too to the big hawk. Is he in range? Danger hits up at him. And those are good hands.
Might see a bit of that this year, Jim.
He wants to give it off. Yeah, agreed. Luke Parker now. A pretty decent target coming out of the square, Tex, Danger.
Not too many defenders would be able to match up on him. He's very, very quick off the mark, Danger.
So Parker kicks a 6-pointer.
Have a look at the kids out the back. That is the hottest footy of the night out there. Look at the scramble on to get hold of the pink Sharon. They've done it well, the AFL. It's a nice carnival atmosphere here tonight. The kids are on the deck. There's some nice standing room area. You can see lots of people around enjoying. It's been a good, healthy crowd here. Entertaining night, and the stars of the game haven't let us down as well. Cal Ward, big long bomb. That's a beautiful penetrating kick, and Jamie McMillan got back and managed to save the day.
Had to scramble.
Good crowd.
That's good. Nice, Abby, you.
Yeah, JB, great news. I've got the final number on attendance, 23,828 in the house. Obviously all getting up and about with some fantastic performances from the four sides.
Yeah, it's been great. Flyers in attack. That's a nice ball. Stephen Canelio from long range. 10-pointer.
Class act, that man. And he's going to have a massive role to play in this season with the GWS Giants. He's lost a couple of his talented midfield mates to other clubs, and they'll be relying on his skill and class. So the super goal means we go back to the centre. And I like the tip-off too. We get to see a few different looks. This is Joey Kennedy against Jack Steele from the Saints. One down by the Bolts, Jaden Stevenson, the young gun for the Pies. And which way does it bounce? Just to the left.
What about the wrestle there between Danger and Rance? There wasn't a lot of ground given up by either of them. Beautiful ball in. Isaac Heaney. Lockie Hunter short. Now Joey Kennedy. Some class in that exchange. Heaney from the launch zone. Gets a nice piece but pulls it to the left.
A fine looking specimen he is, Isaac Heaney. Poster boy for the game in Sydney. Grew up, could have easily gone down the rugby league path, and I love that he's chosen this great game. Daniel Rich, long ball, the blitz down there.
Humpy.
What about that?
Come on.
Blitz gets up and there's a little scowl towards the umpire. I cannot believe that. Parker, another gun from the Swans. Big Rancy. Rare fumble. Don't see Joey Kennedy do that too often. And opens the door for Jack Billings. What about Mark Blitzarve's last year? I'll ask you about that in a moment, Tex. Let's get down to Abby.
I am here with Eddie, Louis and Billy Betts. Eddie, unfortunately, Deadlies won't be featuring in the grand final, but how did you find it out there tonight?
It was great. It was fun. We started slow, but we just had to use the ball and run with it, because every time we kicked it long, we're not a tall team, and they just clunked everything. But the whole concept was fantastic. It was fun, and the kids enjoy it, and the crowd's been fantastic tonight, which is great.
A number of rule changes for tonight's competition. Are there any that you could see being adopted into the regular AFL season?
Nah, not really. There's a few where I put my studs in the back of, I think it was Rory Laird, and it was Michael Hurley. So I think during the game, during the real season, that would be played a free kick to them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll see you running around next year, probably. Good job, Eddie.
Thanks for that, Abby. Kennedy, Bontempelli. Fife one out and real dangerous. Daniel Rich in all sorts with that matchup. He'll walk around and kick a goal. Tight game. Winner goes through to the grand final.
And that Fife all over it, getting around Marcus Bontempelli, captain and vice-captain there. Some extraordinary talent in that duo, and that's a super goal too. So we go back to the centre. Tip-off's going to be Joey Kennedy, Jack Steele. Head-to-head. Well played, Joey. Got it down to 5. Back to Joey Kennedy. Tried to walk through the Billings tackle, and it's Paddy Dangerfield's bolts via Jack Billings. He's a classy left footer. The defence from Rance was elite as always. Picked up nicely by Billings. He's got so much to offer, Jack Billings. Great to see him out here amongst some of the established stars, but you can just picture this man. If it all clicks, he'll be one of the best in the game. Don't worry about that.
What about Hodgie? Just goes for the short ball. Luke Parker lurking. I agree. High draft pick, Jack Billings, and he's had his challenges. Small forward, a hard place to play in a side that's maybe not at the sharp end of the ladder. But he's got enormous talent and a good boy too. There's a goal. The Bolts get themselves back in touch with the Flyers.
Rancy, the 5-time All-Australian. What a incredible player he's been. Looking for Isaac Heaney. Oh, Bontempelli, the class, the skill, the left foot banana.
Joking me.
That is outrageous. You just can't believe some of the stuff that we're seeing tonight, Tex. It's incredible skill, isn't it?
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. Nice little left banana there from Marcus Bontempelli.
That's the play of the night for me, Tex.
Yeah, right up there, isn't it?
Impossible to teach that. That's just instinct and class and talent. That's a nice ball too. Lifted in this final match, Luke Parker. Good game of AFLX. Hunter, the ball just got away from him. Did he keep it in? No.
And don't worry about both these sides. Acutely aware that a grand final berth up next is on offer, and they're playing for keeps out here. Competitive animals. All of them, you know, become as good as this group without that enormous competitive drive as the Bolts. Luke Parker, a little don't argue on Rance. It's not easy to do. Back to Tommy Rockcliffe to the goal line, and Trav Boat to Joey Kennedy. Here come the Flyers. Searching it down the line. Cal Ward, McMillan. Was it off the hands of McMillan? Cal Ward might have, in the end, accidentally touched it, so it'll be a Bolts ball.
I think he did. Would have been a purple ball, I reckon. Steele. Siren. Big second half of this one coming. A spot in the grand final on the line.
And you coming to Richmond? Next year?
Yeah. 3 or 4 years from now.
You're hot. He's a big boy, Farty. It's all right, Dad. More of that, Ranty. Love that.
Oh, you got to love Jack Higgins mic'd up for us. How about him sidling up the Lockie Weller when you coming to Richmond, he said.
Oh, no. What about everyone's a big boy compared to him? He's only about 5'8".
He's always looking up to people, Jim.
He's one of the great young entertainers, and that's what the game needs. All right, spot in the grand final for the winner. The Danger bursts out of the middle. Will this be an electric start, missus?
You won't be happy with that, Danger. That's normally put your glasses down for Paddy Dangerfield, the skipper. Now Pendlebury. Heaney! I tell you, another foot of height, and that footy was going to be marked by Isaac Heaney, who collected the mark of the year last year.
Yep. Of the opinion that that should have gone Heaney's way, that ball in. I reckon it was Sidebottom's fist that took it over the line.
I think you're right here, JB. Isaac Heaney has won the day on that call, and that's a beautiful kick. That is centimetre perfect, to use the great Dennis Committee's term. Lace out the Canelio.
Perfect. So Sidebottom has the ball in. Goes wider. Now back through the middle. That's a nice ball to the big man, Hawke. He's got McGrath on short, or he can launch. Beautiful long ball to Gaff in the pocket. Now we're talking about 10 points here. Well, he stuck it through. What are we going to see? 6 points.
Been good, Andrew Gaff, Tex.
He certainly has. As I said earlier in the call, it's just great to see such talented players playing our game, and obviously Gaffy had a few weeks off towards the end of the season, and for West Coast fans it would be super exciting to see him back out on the field this year.
It's bonus too, isn't it, for a grand final winning side, minus one of their best. Comes back in, beautiful front and centre work there from Boat to Heaney, who's been all class as you'd expect. The kick just didn't quite find the target. Sidebottom now. Here come the Dangerfield Bolts. That's an interesting kick from the big tomahawk, and he nailed it.
Did it beautifully across the body, left foot ball. Sidebottom now going into the pocket, but missing everything. Patrick, the umpires referred to him as very formal. Michael Hurley, bring it back in. Goes to a 1-on-2. That's well done too by Travis Boak. Thumping handball, Canelio. He's got all sorts of options here. Decides to go sideways and doesn't quite stick the kick to Higgins. McMillan with work to do. Higgins then the snap, and it goes through.
Happy knack of finding the goals, Jack Higgins. And he can sniff one out a mile away. And here's Gaff. He's a pure wingman, isn't he? Just even in this game, he finds that hard-running wing position with ease, and now they get it through the hands of Rockcliffe, who loads up. Good-looking ball. He loved it off the boot, Tommy Rockcliffe. And that is a major.
Try, Tom.
end to end. This is AFLX at its best. Hurley to bring it in. Goes in search of Fife. Beautiful hands attached to this man. Really started the whole trend of marking midfielders going forward in the modern game anyway. Here's Higgins. Handball off. Pendlebury, we know, finishes well, but this one's pulled badly across the face. Daniel Rich on the headset. It's all on the line, Richie. Have we got you, mate? Oh, hello. We might have had a little technical issue there with Daniel. We'll get back to him shortly. But Daniel, we got you?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, yep. Right, sorry, mate. We had a crack before. Now all on the line. A spot in the grand final.
Yeah, must win. Hodgie's talking. I haven't played many finals, so I'm having a chat with Hodgie down here about what to do.
Hey, Richie, am I seeing a Gatorade game changer jumper on you at the moment?
It is. It's that light blue. Looks good, doesn't it?
Now, I'm assuming they're going to get you within the 20-point range with that big long left foot.
What about that?
Wow.
Still side bottom as we're talking to Daniel Rich.
Maybe he should be in the Gatorade.
There it is.
Enormous.
Wow.
Any idea what that celebration that Stillo was going with there, Richie, or not?
That's the bolt. We're the bolt.
That's the bolt, okay.
Yeah, that's the hand bolt.
All right.
I like it. Good luck with that jumper on, mate.
No worries, thank you.
Hey, Macca's, $500 every time we see one of them, and there's the tally for the night, so well done to Macca's.
Straight to Ronald McDonald House, which is a great cause. Thanks to our friends at McDonald's for their support. Super Gold brings the ball back in, and she's a 3-point game. Daniel Rich, we just spoke to, who is such a sweet kicker of the footy. Not sure what Paul Connors is doing down there. He needs to really just remove himself, JB. I think.
Hat turned backwards. He's trying something he's not capable of there, Pooey.
Stevenson, in the meantime, he needs to be out there.
I thought there was no coaches.
I don't know what he's doing down there. I think we might need to send someone down. We'll remove.
This is a player agent, by the way.
Have a look at
what
him.
are we dealing with?
He was in the draft with Danger as well, wasn't he?
He's lost his way. Next we'll see Craig Kelly, then we know it's gone to farcical proportions.
That's a step too far, I think.
Can we put him on the microphone, Dars?
Well, it won't be a stretch, I reckon, to get hold of him, but I love this man, Jaden Stevenson. He's as exciting as it gets. Gatorade game changer, the Bont, so that's exciting too. Stevenson loves this scenario. Jaden Stevenson, well played, young man.
Ripping game, this one. Game changers on, Rich and Bontempelli. Long ball in search of Fife. He's got hold of that. Got the Bont one out. Got to get enough travel on the ball to get to him. Here he comes. Blitzard's with him. Bontempelli keeps it in. Surely he ain't dribbling this through. Hodge a little fumble. They close in and find a way out through Billings.
Favoured left foot. Here is the game changer, Rich. And I tell you what, if he looks up an open goal square, he might have a piece of this, Daniel Rich. Keep your eye on it. This is a 20-point opportunity, Daniel Rich. All the way. Game changer, 20-point, Daniel Rich. That's what we want to see.
Brilliant. That's what they're out there for, Duke. Take the ball and the opportunity.
Geez, the game changers had a fair impact last game with Paddy Cripps, 66 points, Dars.
66 in the game.
And Eddie Betts had 58.
Look at this ball. Magnificent. That's the impact the game changer can have. Boak. Got it off to Ward now. Fife and Bontempelli, and look at Nat Fife just getting in the space and allowing what was in the end an uncontested mark. This is for 20. So a quick reply from the Bont. Nice. 2 20-pointers in a row.
Good quality game, this one, JB. Grand final spot up for grabs. I'm entertained by this. Yep. I know a couple of those kids in there. A few of my son's mates are floating around, and there's a good contested foot in. Look at that kid emerging with it there. He's pretty happy.
Duke, that's the old pylon.
Oh, it is indeed. And security have had to get involved and go, hey, lads, just calm this down, Tex.
One of them's come out with it.
Give
it back to me.
Good game, this one. Just a couple of minutes remaining. Jack Rubolt's Rampage awaits the winner in the grand final. Billings, long ball at the back. Stevenson, the Collingwood star. Off hands. Jack steals a class act. He's a tackling machine for the Saints.
Great kick.
Yeah, it's a good ball to the game changer. Gatorade game changer, Daniel Rich.
Probably run around here.
Yeah, Tex is all over it. That's a 12.
Hit the wrong side of the ball. He has
Terribly.
hit the wrong side of the ball. So, straight across the face. Rance will bring it back in. And the Flyers now get a good look at this. Long ball for Fife. Elevates but can't get past Steele. That should be a mark, not paid. Fife emerges with the ball somehow. Where's the Bont? Long ball coming his way. One out with Hodge. Bontempelli can't hang on, and Hodgie just manhandles him. Higgins then gets involved. Marcus Bontempelli misses the ball with the boot. Butters up. Gets swung in the tackle. It's all happening.
Look at Hodgie just deciding, you know what? I'm ready to play in another grand final. It's what I do for a living. Rich to the goal square. Look at the speed of Stevenson. He is lightning this young man. Clipped a bit of the goal post.
30 seconds.
Can't believe that happened. We've got just a margin of 9 points. An opportunity here for Nat Fife's Flyers. Long ball to the goal square. Bontempelli, can he do it? He's pushed.
Oh, he's got
to be a free kick.
Oh, no.
10-point opportunity to win the game and to put the Flyers into a grand final.
Definitely 10 points.
It's the Bulldog champ, Bontempelli. I reckon it's a 10-pointer, JB.
Oh, 12 will do. So, either way. Siren.
Marcus Bontempelli, the young superstar from the Bulldogs. A chance to put Nat Fife's Flyers into the grand final. It's an after the siren job. And here we go.
No.
Super goal. And it's a 20-pointer.
That is ridiculous.
So just about out of time, I think.
The impact of the game changer in these last two matches has been nuts. There it is. Nat Fife's Flyers are through to the grand final. That is a cracking game. So it's the Flyers and the Rampage in the AFLX final next.
This is my confession that I'm saying to
Opportunity here for Nat Fife's Flyers. Long ball to the goal square. Bontempelli, can he do it? He's pushed.
Oh, he's got
to be a free kick. To the grand final. It's an after the siren job. And here we go. Super goal.
So that kick got that team, the Flyers, into a granny. And it's our understanding that the other mob, the Bolts, not particularly impressed.
Hodge, Dangerfield
Not
have
happy.
completely spat it.
That's it.
So you think these guys aren't playing for keeps out here, Tex. They are serious about it. We go straight to the rock-off.
Bit of a standoff
after that. There's Nat Fife, all smiles. They've enjoyed every part of this tonight.
Just getting back to the Bolts. Every toy out of the cot after that free kick against Texan.
He certainly spat the dummy, Danger.
Hasn't he?
And his manager, Paul Connors, isn't far behind him, I reckon.
Well, he needs to get into the Hall of Mirrors, old Pooey, and have a good long hard look at himself. What sort of behaviour are we dealing with?
Not about you tonight.
Come on. All right,
Off
we're
you
on the
get.
way. Aaliyah, you watch the tempo step up here. Handball over the top. And the kick's not great. Chopped out by Davis, who's been really good all night. Whitfield. Kick goes past a couple. Just stood by watching it. Cripps on the left. And he hits that poorly out in the full.
He's enjoyed his work tonight, Paddy Cripps.
Two game changers, Duke, in the second half of the final.
A double game changer.
Double game changer. First 5 minutes, one game changer.
Well, they've come into their own, the game changers, Tex, in the last two games.
Memory was a game changer for the Rampage's last game, and Boak for the Flyers. It'll be interesting to see whether they stick with them or go with a different one for the second half.
Here's Travis Boat, the man that Tex was just talking about. Phil Davis has played very, very consistently well tonight. Let's get down to Abby.
Come on. Ab. We'll get to her because she's got Danger, and I don't think he's happy, Danger. In fact, that's an understatement as Stumpy Laird takes a nice march down to you, Ab.
Happy with the umpiring in that final few minutes?
No, we're not. We're going to put in a protest similar to that of the NFL playoffs this year. So stay tuned for that. This game may not even count towards the final result.
Do you think there was a little bit of animation in the free kick?
I'll tell you what, I don't know what Hodgie's done to the umpires, but he just gets nothing now. Steele and Mark in the other wing. We're not happy as Bolts, but yeah, you know, there'll be an official protest.
Well, anyway, the grand final is taking place. Who are you liking, Flyers or Rampage?
The Rampage have been pretty good. I mean, both teams are full of wonderful players. Maybe the fresher team, which is Rampage, but it's been a wonderful night to see, you know, the kids and crowd behind us who absolutely loved every minute of it. It's been so engaging, and we've loved it as players.
Well, you've certainly been a crowd favourite, so I'll let you go and drown your sorrows.
Thanks,
Well done, Abby. And great for Danger to embrace this concept so wholeheartedly as Polek was tackled as he kicked that ball, allowing Heaney in and slides it over the top. Pendlebury normally uses it so well, and this is no exception. Your man, Tex.
I don't know whether he's got the journey here, Jim. I'm unsure.
It's a 25-metre kick, Tex.
Call it, Tex.
In comes Laird. Leans back, celebrates. 6 points.
We love that, the little man Laird. And they strike first blood. Nat Fyfe's Flyers here in this grand final. We've enjoyed AFLX tonight, and the games have got better and better.
I have.
Zach Fisher to Higgins, who sliced his way through the middle, and that will roll through. Sean Higgins, he just glides, doesn't he? Yep. Become one of the best players in the game, Sean Higgins. No mistake about that.
Heaney finds Trav Boak, who's been good tonight. Hand off to Laird, and now we're in the go zone. If that can find the goal front, it doesn't. A behind for Cornelio.
We've had confirmation, Jim, that Jack Rewalt will be the first 5 minutes,
righto,
and Paddy Cripps will be the second 5 minutes for the Gatorade game changer.
That's for the Rampage. We don't know yet the Flyers.
Now here come the Rampage. Timmy Membry, he's been a factor tonight too to Whitfield, who was Jack Rewalt's first pick of his side tonight. Zach Fisher, he backs his speed in all the time, this little man. A little Carlton excitement machine, and that's a good finish too, 6-pointer.
There it is, the horns again.
It's sort of the Rampage signal, that one, JB.
You picked up on it early. And that's not a great ball out of the defensive half. From Alex Rance out in the full. Whitfield from inside the zone. Has he got the trip? No.
I love our Rance. He's just massaged his way back into defence, Tex, when it counts. We're not going to have you up forward, Alex.
Seems to take marks and punch the ball through quite often, right on the back line there.
He's got a gift, hasn't he? Alex Rance. Kennedy's ball is a beauty, so this will be a 10-pointer.
Oh, no.
And I'm not sure that Jack Higgins thought that through.
Jack.
So it was super goal territory.
Come on, Jack.
And he might have just forgot about that one. Jack, he's just having a little shake of his head now and going, why did I do that?
Higgins to a 1 on about 3. Not a heap in that either. I'm not 100% sure, but Easton Wood's going to end up with the ball. Handball back to Higgins in the go zone. Left foot ball, looking for Fritsch. And he dribbles it through. Really well done, young man.
Classy play from Bailey Fritsch. Joey Kennedy, ball in hand. The Flyers sends this one into the middle. Higgins has got to compete hard. Zorko, though, clean possession. Out the back, this is Lockie Hunter, and he's a smart player, Lockie Hunter. Always sums up the situation well, and Wants to get it moving quickly. Finds Cal Ward.
Off a step, he gets to Higgins. Gets held up, so has to go sideways. Works out to Cornelio.
Alex Rance just floating forward, sniffing a goal here.
Let's have a look at what he can do. Nat Fyfe in really good shape. Should have taken the mark and didn't. Protects the area, gets the handball back to Rance. Put it in the book, Bontempelli.
Yeah, regulation goal for the Bont. Nat Fyfe is not happy at all with himself. He had that marked down for a super goal. Look at Cal Ward. Jack Higgins has been good tonight, squeezed it out, but beautifully played Phil Davis, who's been a bit of a surprise packet how good Phil Davis has been tonight for mine. He's played a big role to Membry, a known goal kicker for the Saints, Timmy Membry, and it's a horrible kick.
What about the skunk? Jeez. Just almost point blank ranger. Aaliyah. Grand final. Double game changer second half. Players out everywhere here for the Flyers. Got to think Bontempelli's going to be one of the game changers for the Flyers second half. Cal Ward got Fyfe on long. He's got Davis with him. Joey Kennedy just a little fumble. Don't say that too often. Still a scramble for the footy. Well done, Sloan. And then Zorko was really good too.
So much talent assembled out there in this grand final. That's Lockie Weller. He got it to Revolt, and that ball will find Easton Wood, who played a little bit as a forward last year for the Dogs, and his old mate Marcus Bontempelli gives him a decent shove in the back. Play on's the core, and it put Bontempelli under a bit more pressure than he thought. And he's coughed it up to Polak, who is a classy left footer. He might go the journey from there. Just missed.
Hunter. Laird. What sort of a second half are we going to see with the game changes everywhere? Laird on the overlap. Looking for Fyfe. Oh, look at the class of this man. Few better sights to see in AFL footy than Nate Fyfe when he's rolling. Almost exclusively tonight played as a forward.
If tonight's anything to go by, he's going to have an absolute outstanding year.
It's not his best. He's pushed that across the face.
Jinxed him.
Far off his second Brownlow last year, Tex. He got suspended for a week and an injury late, but he was polling 3 voters everywhere at the start of last year. And I agree with Tex. I think if he gets a clean run at it, he will be very hard to stop. Rance doing what he does all the time, which is win the footy in defence. Bontempelli, can he get a bounce tumbling through? And not able to in the end. Dylan Shield. Short one to Phil Davis. Here come the Rampage. Cutting back through the corridor. Paddy Cripps has been outstanding tonight.
Oh, Higgins can launch. This is for 10. He's got Revolt deep. Oh. Just a little hand in there from Rance.
Now that was fascinating. Revolt and Rance, they would have gone head-to-head at training, JB, yep. You would think, for a number of years. Bit of bragging rights on offer there.
Yeah, you don't want to be outmarked by your teammate deep. Look at the standing barrel there from Pendlebury. It's going to land short. Fyfe comes late and then keeps his feet. Shovels the handball back. And Laird, your little man, just misses. So half-time. Wow, big second half coming up. 2 game changes each. It's the Rampage just in the final.
Half-time AFLX Grand Final, and it's been a contest worth watching. Nate Fyfe has taken the jumper off, and that is a big move. The captain's decided he's going to be one of the game changers. We've got a double game changer on offer here, JB, which I like in the grand final.
I reckon there'd be too many of our female viewership that'll mind that shot either, Tex. I know one girl parked down in Sandringham would be pretty happy with that shot there, Big Duke. As there's the other skipper. Oh, I tell you what, they're taking this very, very seriously.
Tex, who's the game changers, please? You've been keeping a close eye on that.
Yeah, so we've got Paddy Cripps and Jack Rewalt from the Rampage, and we've got Nat Fife and Isaac Heaney from the Flyers.
Here we go. A half full of game changers. There could be massive fluctuations of scoring here as Boak out of the centre. Long ball misses.
He was willing that home trap, Boak. Just handed over the Port Adelaide captaincy to the co-captains, Jonas and Ollie Wines. This one has been a free kick paid, and it's going away of this little gun in Dane Zorko to the goal square. Look at the power of Paddy Cripps. He got rid of a defender, picked it up, turned around, and Paddy Cripps. There's a 6-pointer.
Make it 12.
Game changer.
Yeah, that's what it does. So we can, as I say, see some real scoring piled on here. Ward, a couple of bounces. Handball over the top to Boak. Heaney wants it long. One out. He likes the look of this matchup, Isaac. He just got rid of Lockie Whitfield and stuck the mark. So here's another 12. In fact, 20. Make it 20. And there we are. Dave Roden with the hands together.
What about some of these one-on-one matchups we're seeing? That's Isaac Heaney and Lockie Whitfield. Whitfield, an All-Australian. That man will be an All-Australian, I think, many times before he's done. And the quality and the class everywhere on the field. Jack Higgins just enjoying it. Paddy Cripps at the other end too was extraordinary. Alex Rance has been good enough to jump on the headset. Rancey, we noticed that you put yourself forward early, but they've sent you down back when it counts.
Yeah, I just got to play to my strengths. I think that's probably a little bit ill-advised going up forward. Just get a bit lost.
Hey, are you enjoying this night and this concept, Rancey?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's great to see so many young kids out here with their families, and I guess that was the intent of it. Nice, bright colours, superhero theme, and the best talent in the game playing off against each other. So it's, yeah, I think it was probably a little bit scratchy early, but now we can really see some nice passages of play developing.
Rancey, was that an electric skateboard you rode in on?
That's her. She's not strictly in the contract of the AFL, but I rode her in, and she's all clear.
We loved it, Rancey. We loved all the entertainment you bring. Paddy Cripps gets a big goal, the game changer.
Is that beard here to stay, Rancey? What's happening there, please?
I don't know, boys. What do you reckon? I might chuck it out to a poll. I'm probably more of a clean skin suit type. I don't really look like a lumberjack, so I might have to lose it soon.
How's a little Teletub sitting right next to you going?
The little Teletubby, lady. How you going, mate? Tex is asking about you.
What's going on, Taylor? Hope you're behaving yourself up there.
Keep going well. You're going well tonight, Teletubby.
He said, you're going well tonight, Teletubby. If you're the Teletubby, what's he? He said, I'm not sure, something ugly.
Hey, Rancey, appreciate that. Get back out there, mate. We're loving your work.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Isn't it great? These are the best players the game has. Yep. And they're all enjoying this concept and getting involved. And 28,000, was it? Certainly over 23,000 at the ground, so it's just terrific. Here's Rory Sloane, the co-captain with Tex at the Adelaide Crows. Pollock now wearing a North Melbourne jumper over the top. Whitfield. Fisher with work to do. And the footy goes over. It's going to be a Bontempelli ball as look at that, Fife's just pulled the Freo beanie on.
He's got it all going on, that 5. Pollock's long ball. Paddy Cripps has got a real appetite for this final. He's just sensing that maybe he's the man tonight. Why wouldn't he? Hurley wants it out of there. Heaney and over the top. Phil Davis, who will go close to being player of the tournament for mine, Big Phil.
Agreed. Been unbelievable. Alia back, but he can't cut that off. Very nicely done, Dylan Shield. This is a good final. And the Rampage have been the best team all night. We are approaching the second game changer as Alia goes long. But look at Phil Davis. He's been everywhere.
Impenetrable. The co-captain of the GWS Giants. He's got Alia in the way, though, on that occasion. So this one's going to come back the other way. Going back with the flight. Good effort from Lockie Whitfield. Sends it back to Polak now. Paddy Cripps, who just looks like he's going to dominate. As a forward, as a mid. Oh, slick handball out to his teammate, the little man, Zach Fisher, and he can't believe it. Cannot believe he missed that. So it's an even 20-point margin, and that is one straight kick.
So the game changes changed here for the Flyers. Fife is on.
Rewalt trying to get on.
Yep.
Cripps is saying, no way, mate. I'm staying out here. I'm having too much fun.
So the long ball, dangerous part of the ground for the turnover. Fife gets himself open. Ah, that's nice. This is for 12.
Tell you what, Fife might be up there with player of the tournament alongside of Phil Davis.
If this goes through, he stuck it out to the right.
He won't be happy with that. So now it's a chance for Jack Riewoldt Rampage, who been outstanding all night tonight. Polak long.
Look at this matchup.
Riewoldt, Rance, and Rance got in. He would have loved that, Rancey. Great to see the two champs. They've had such a great time in the game, head-to-head. Well played. Whitfield back to Polak.
And Riewoldt wants a piece of this. Rance closes him down again. Riewoldt getting back involved. Bailey Fritsch with a little look, but that's going to be a purple ball.
Don't worry about the commitment there from Alex Rance. He was not going to allow his mate Jack Riewoldt to get access to that footy. Here's Bontempelli. Fife is deep. This is an opportunity for 20 if he can take the mark. Oh, of course he can. Nat Fife take a bow. And 20 points. He slots it through.
Jeez.
And puts his side back in the lead. What about that?
What about the kick to advantage too from the Bont?
Where do you want it?
Perfect Texan.
You'd love that every day of the week, Jim.
Yeah. That's just an instinctive kick from a ball carrier to give the big forward the best opportunity, and the hitch and grab. Nice.
Geez, I'd love to be able to jump like that.
So, just 2 points. Out of the centre. Bontempelli again to Fife. Breaks it up in the air but gives away the free.
It's a nice response from Phil Davis there. He was outplayed the previous encounter, but fought back well. He's been really good. Here's Cripps, spearing ball looking from Riewoldt. Rance from behind. What a matchup that is, the two Richmond champs. Some space for Joey Kennedy. He thought about playing on. Fife wants it. He's putting his hand up. Get it to me, he said, on the game changer. Fife sets himself again. Well done, Davis.
Ball,
yeah. That Fife's ball. He hasn't
realised it yet, but it is.
Coming back to Nat Fife.
Has to run around over snap, doesn't he?
You reckon this would suit you, Tex? I could picture you on the left foot here without too many issues at all. Thinking about squaring up Nat Fife, but double points on offer, but he's gone back, and that's a smart play to Scotty Pendlebury.
So the Collingwood star sits that up and takes a bit of the woodwork. So we've got less than 2 minutes left in the granny, and there's only 3 points between these two. The Rampage trying to run it out of half back. And a running barrel there from Laird, but no one home. Rance, as he has done his whole amazing career, read that beautifully. Hunter. Underground handball, broken up in the air. And Laird's got the footy.
We won't be coming back next week, JB. If it is a draw, it'll be golden point in the event that on the full-time siren the scores are level. So the next score will win if that is the case. Here's Pendlebury. So many big-time players out here at the moment, aren't they? Pendlebury to Rance. Rance is just looking at his mate Jack Riewoldt saying, I'll take a piece of you.
Where's he going?
Jack's just starting to get a little irritable out there at the moment, and that one's been turned over to Texas co-captain Sloaney.
He's had a good night, Das.
He's been good.
To Polak. Now where's Jack? He's out. Riewoldt, the kick is very good on home. He's going to get a free. I reckon he'd spilt that anyway. So a bit of fortune here.
Here he goes. He'll play on.
What's he doing, Jackie boy?
And he'll bend it straight through. He
has. What's that worth? 20. With 18 seconds left. What a big moment that is. And again, on the back of a umpiring decision.
Well, the only hope here for the Rampage is Nat 5 in the goal square. And Phil Davis is going, get down here. Get down here as quick as you can. I don't want to...
No time on up. Throw it up.
Let's get going.
Oh,
what about that?
They couldn't get the starting position set. And Jack Riewoldt has kicked a 20-pointer to win AFLX for the Rampage.
That five's just saying the umpire. Any danger of moving that on a bit quicker?
Exactly.
I was out one-on-one. He's not happy in that five. Oh, I love it. Just have to pay great respect to these fine stars of the game. They've put on a great display tonight. They've put their heart and soul into a text.
They certainly have. Very competitive. Sitting up here was great to watch, and 23,500 people come out to watch, and hopefully a lot of people at home have enjoyed tonight.
Let's get down to Abbey with one of the players of the tournament, Phil Davis.
Phil, 4 teams, 56 players, but how about that from his skipper? When it really counted, double points, he stood up, didn't he, Jack Riewoldt?
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? He's done that in some big games. I think he'd won similar to me in a prelim one year, so it was nice to see be on the same team this time. So it was just a really fun night.
And talk to us about these 4 teams. Obviously, some of the best players in the competition have come together to forge these sides. Who have you really enjoyed playing with rather than against, which you normally would?
There's been a few. It was nice to play with Rory Sloan again. Obviously played him a long time ago. Playing with Jack was better than playing against Jack. Dane, I could name all. It was actually really good fun. Playing not against Cripps, bullying people was nice too, but no, it was really good fun, and the other boys were in good moods too, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, the 2019 AFLX champions.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Abby. Well done. And the signal tonight of the Rampage, Phil Davis, was outstanding. Jack Riewoldt's Rampage are the winners of AFLX. Stick around. We're going to have the presentations and the celebration of what has been a really successful night here. AFLX, and they love it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful night and a thrilling finish to AFLX. Could we start our presentations, please, by congratulating the umpires for their contribution to this evening's event. Now, to begin our presentations, I would like to welcome Damien Brooks, Sales Director of Residential at realestate.com.au. He will present the Super Boot Award to the player who scored the most points tonight, and that goes to Patrick Cripps from our Premiership team, the Rampage, for 96 points. Please welcome Damien Brooks. Congratulations, Paddy, enjoying that role up forward. I'd also like to announce that tonight, for every super goal that was kicked, $500 was donated to Ronald McDonald House. There were 21 super goals kicked, so $10,500 goes to Ronald McDonald House. Thank you also to our 3 other teams, the Deadly, the Bolts and the Flyers, for playing tonight's matches in very entertaining fashion and in great spirit, and we congratulate them. Now, I would like to welcome the Premiership winning captain, Jack Riewoldt, up, and he will present a cheque for $30,000 to his chosen charity. And how fitting that Jack was kicking the winning goal tonight, because his charity, of course, is Maddie's Vision. And Jack will be presenting the cheque to the CEO, Nikki Long. You hang around and Damien will bring you. Okay, I'd like to welcome back Damien Brooks from realestate.com.au, who will present the Premiership trophy to Jack Riewoldt.
Firstly, just want to thank all the fans for coming out tonight. It's obviously a new idea and everyone embraced it, and I hope you guys like the game. On behalf of just Maddie's Vision, just want to say a massive thank you to the AFL. This Sunday is the 5 years since Madeline's passing, so it's a tough time for our family, and the support we've received from everyone in the AFL community when we first kicked off Maddie's Vision 5 years ago after her passing was unrivaled in the support we received. So thank you to my boys tonight, obviously playing well in that last game and getting $30,000, which will go a long way. To the rest of the players, we've had a really great 2 days. We had a great catch up last night and we all enjoyed it. So it's not very often that you can get 50 of the best players in the competition together to play a different brand of footy, enjoy each other's company. So really enjoyed that. And finally to our boys over here, played their hearts out. We really enjoyed it. We love spending time with each other, and go the Ramps.
Well, as our premiership winners gather for a team photo, I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone who came out tonight to support AFLX. Hope you enjoyed the night. We'll see you soon back at the footy.
So the Premiers, well done to them. And the Rampage enjoying what was a terrific final, Tex. In the end, the Flyers and the Rampage really turned it on.
It certainly was a great game to finish off a fantastic night, Jim. 23,000 come out to watch the boys play, and as we've said all night, it's great to watch because we've got the best of the best playing, and we really enjoyed it.
Speaking of the best, Paddy Cripps was enormous. He's with Abby Holmes.
I am with Mr. Superboot himself, Paddy Cripps. How about that? You guys, you're a team that have come together for only the last couple of days, but it looked like you've been playing together for years.
Yeah, we had a bit of fun last night. A few of us went to the crowd and had a feed together. So I think the whole format of the competition's been good. Play against these guys all throughout the year. It's a pretty serious comp, but to get to know these boys and have a bit of fun, and I thought it was played in the right way, and I hope the fans enjoyed it tonight.
I'm really interested to know how much communication went on within this side prior to tonight. Did you have any Skype calls or some WhatsApp groups, or how did it roll out?
No, we had a WhatsApp group, the old Rampage, so as you saw, there's a fair few celebrations with the old horns up, so yeah, we tried to have as much fun as possible, and winning, which is good.
And it all rolls on pretty quickly from here, doesn't it? You've got JLT Community Series, and round one will be here before we know it. Yeah. How are the Blues looking?
Yeah, we had a scratch match yesterday against the Hawks. It was good hit out. Some of the young boys really started to impress and get some confidence, so we've got Essendon on Thursday, another good hit out, see where we're at, and then round one's always the best time of footy, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, congratulations on tonight, and best of luck for the season ahead.
Nice, thank you.
Good job, Paddy. Well done.
Thanks, Ab. What a star Paddy Cripps is. So this is how the night looked, and it just got better, Tex. The games got better and better as I think people worked out the format.
I really enjoyed how the boys started to use their game changer, Gatorade game changer, in the later part of the games, and Paddy Cripps had a game where he had 66 points, Eddie Betts had 58 points, and it was a very impressive night.
And then a cracking final. Two best teams in it, and it took a Jack Revolt 20-pointer late to separate the Rampage from the Flyers. That was absolutely superb. Speaking of Jack Revolt, we're going to speak to him after the break as Sean Higgins makes his way off. But the main game, Tex, and you're going to be involved in it, ain't far away. AFL footy is going to return, and it's going to be enormous. That man will be involved in the first game of the season when Carlton take on the Tigers Thursday night to get us underway. And there's your co-captain, Rory Sloane. And he's going to be enormous too when the season proper starts. We cannot wait.
The Pies are back. The Bombers are threatening. The D's are poised. Yes, it's going to be an epic season. It looks great off the boot. Oh,
last year.
When the game is close,
oh boy,
7 takes you closer. It's live, it's free, and it's for everyone on Australia's home of footy. 7.
How good? AFLX. It brought a bit of NFL, a bit of NBA, the glitz and the glamour, and the boys got stuck into it, and then the real action started. Just about to talk to that man. He was superb. The danger took him on. The big names were just fantastic. Isaac Heaney, superb. And we saw the best of what our game can offer in the short form on a different looking ground, and every player absolutely loved it. The Rampage were too good in the end, and we've got their skipper Jack Revolt with us. Congratulations, fantastic.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah, it was a really good night. I think it different concept, and obviously we've got the AFLW on at the moment. It's trialling AFLX this time of year, so it was exciting.
And you were really good, Tex. I know you've got a question, but let's take a look at what Jack brought us tonight.
Have a look at you, Jack. What do you got on there? Who are you dressed by tonight?
Maya, mate. Maya actually tipped me into that one, so that was nice. But yeah, I had okay. Got stuck on the best fullback in the competition in the last game when I was the game changer, and I think I might have got a lucky one there in the last little bit. So,
what do you enjoy most about tonight?
Oh, I think the game's been great, but just the camaraderie between all the players. It's not very often that you get 50 of the best calibre of players together and they spend time together. There's a few ideas, but just sitting back after dinner last night, the boys were all sitting around having a bit of a yak, and it shows that sometimes when you think of an AFL player, you look at other clubs and you think, sort of judge blokes, and you all get together and you realise that that every club is very similar. There's some great guys. We're all humans. There's some great guys in the AFL, and yeah, they can all come together and put in for a concept like this.
So who was best on last night?
It was an early night last night, but Lockie Whitfield was certainly enjoyed himself. He'd never been to Nobu before, and he saw a famous DJ down there that none of us knew who it was, but he had a photo down there. He really enjoyed it.
Hey, tell us about the great weekend, which is coming to the screens of 7.
Yeah, that's it's obviously playing volleyball here with Jane Bunn. So myself, Jane Bunn, Brooke Hogan, and BT have gone out and trialled some new things around Victoria. So it's a lifestyle show that's a little bit of a different one. So we're enjoying ourselves. So it's 5:30 on Sunday. You can see BT there in some nice unicorn top and fairy wings there. But it's good fun.
And you ran into him at a pub on Punt Road. Take a look at this and a listen.
I've had a few obscenities yelled at me from certainly truck drivers going up this way, as we do train out there on Punt Road Oval.
So if I was driving past in a truck, Rewalt, you knob, would that be it?
Yeah, something like that. Usually I like you legend, but no, I've certainly copped my few sprays.
Oh, what about that? The former power forward and the current one. How'd you go with the big bristle?
He spent the whole time going around Richmond. We were driving together, and I tried to show him the sights of modern Richmond, but he proceeded to tell me that he'd conquered every sort of part of Richmond there, and that I knew nothing. But no, I've really enjoyed filming with him, as I've with Brooke and Jane. So it's something a little bit different for myself, but it's very exciting.
Hey, well done tonight. Embrace this concept and then drove your team to a victory. Go and enjoy it with the boys.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, guys.
Jack Revolt's a star. Don't worry about that. And speaking of stars, AFLW continues. And these are the games that are coming up. GMHBA down in Geelong. The Cats take on the Blues. And then the Whitten Oval sees the Western Bulldogs and the Brisbane Lions as AFLW continues. Hey, Tex, we've loved having you, mate. Thanks for that.
Thanks very much, Jim. Hopefully I might come back.
Who have you got first up? The Crows.
In round 1?
Yep.
We got the Hawks at Adelaide Oval. So a couple of JLT games. We've got Port Adelaide next week, and then we go to Canberra to play GWS for a couple of warm-up games, and hopefully we can kick our season off with a win against Hawks in round 1.
Well, we'll love watching you. That's, of course, all on 7, live and free. Hope you've loved AFLX. We've loved bringing it to you. You can see that the big names really jumped in behind this concept and made it a fantastic night. Tex, thanks for that. Thanks to Ab, of course, and also Luke Darcy. And we can't wait to see you when the season proper starts shortly, live and free on Channel 7.